Howdy everyone, welcome back to Wobble Enjoy Sports. If you're new around here, hope I can get you to consider to like the content and subscribe to the channel. But if you're a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. Alternatively, if you are watching this stream via the All Out Club on the YouTube channel, thank you very much for tuning in and saying g'day. We mean business because it's the business time of the season, of the NRL season. And help me talk about tonight's blockbuster is Dor from the All Out Club. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, Sam. Can't wait. Finals footy tonight. Got the lovely shirt, button-up shirt on, and the tie. I am all business tonight for a really big game. The first qualifying final of the 2025 final series of the NRL. And yeah, can't wait for this one tonight, Sam.
Dor, I'm already sweating bullets. I feel like there's that many lights, there's that many pressure on us. It's the first time you and I are ever calling a finals fixture as well here tonight for Friday night footy. Really looking forward to it. However, just want to say hello to the people that are coming into the chat now. We've got Hayden. Yes, now lads. We've got Jono. The intro goes hard. Mum's in the chat. Hey, Mum, how you doing? Hayden says, looking good, lads. Not even the FBI could pull me out of yous. Oh, that's okay. Thank you. Thank you, Hayden. Thank you very much, mate. Probably shouldn't have said that out loud. But what we will talk about out loud is the team list that dropped approximately 20 odd minutes ago. Dor, do we want to get through them now?
Yeah, we can go through the team list. Do you want me to go through Melbourne's team first, Sam?
Yeah. Yes, please, mate.
Okay, so Nick Meaney's at the back with Pappenhausen being ruled out due to that HIA or the concussion. We've got Warbrick and Xavier Coates unchanged there on the wings from last week. Grant Anderson is in the centres, and he is joined by Jack Howarth in the centres. So Howarth is back, Sam. I think that's a big inclusion. I will touch on maybe both the team lists at the end. We've got Munster, and then another huge inclusion with Jonah Pezzett coming in at the halfback position, Sam. So that is huge there for the Storm. Stefano is back, and Josh King make out the front row forwards for the Storm with the biggest return of the night. Harry Grant coming back for the Melbourne Storm is absolutely huge from that 2-week suspension. Joe Chan moves from centre into the back row with Howarth moving into the centres, as we just touched on, and he is joined in the second row by Eli Katoa. Trent Liero is the lock, no change there. Like I discussed just before, Wishart comes from starting halfback onto the bench. Lasati goes from starting second row to the bench. He was great last week. Alec McDonald and Tui Kamakamika round out the Storm's bench. Bronson Garlick is the 18th man, so he moves from in the 17 to outside. And then their coach is Craig Bellamy, Sam.
Dor, the first name that I want to touch on as part of the Melbourne Storm team news is Joe Chan. We saw him named in at centre earlier this week. Didn't think that he would finish up that way. Didn't know how it was all going to come about, but I didn't think that Joe Chan would continue to be at centre come kickoff. So I'm glad that he has been shifted. Jack Howarth is, as you said, a massive inclusion. The work that he gets through coming out of their own end is exemplary. He is a young man with a huge future. The work he gets stuck into is really heavy stuff. So he might end up having about 20 hit-ups tonight. He's a strong fella, and I think Jack Howarth is massive for the Melbourne Storm. Dor.
Underrated inclusion, I think, for the Storm, Sam.
Yep. And then Jonah Pezzett starting in favour of Tyron Wishart. I will say that the times that Pezzett has come off of the bench, his kicking game has made a huge difference. Munster's got a good one, obviously, but when Pezzett has come on, I think the kicking game has gone up a notch quite graphically, a few notches graphically, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, I think I said this to you a couple of weeks ago, Sam. I thought Jonah Pezzett's kicking game has been absolutely outstanding in the opportunities that he's had in first grade this season. Did I expect Wishart to be dropped, though? Not dropped, demoted, let's say, to the bench. I think that Wishart's been really, really good for the Storm this year. So I was a bit surprised by that. I was thinking that Pezzett was going to stay there, but potentially it just with the way sort of how their game styles work, I think Wishart's probably a bit more of an inclusion or a bit more of a spark off the bench rather than say Pezzett. I think Pezzett's the type of guy that can play like the full 80 minutes. He'll go about business, kick it to the corners, do like, that traditional halfbacks game this evening. So I think that's what he's there for. And I think that's potentially a bit of a reason behind it where, Wishart's that sort of sparky, really good footwork at the line, speed, etc. So I think that's potentially the reason why Bellamy's gone that way.
Question about the interchange bench. It's a pretty big bench. There's not a whole lot of mobility. So when you look at someone like a Joe Chan, he will probably have to play the full 80 minutes tonight. Or do you think maybe there might be a bit of swapping and changing by Craig Bellamy to give Joe Chan some sort of a breather?
Well, Lasati is played. He's obviously wearing jersey 11. He's played second row. He played it last week against my Broncos. So we really, we know he can play there. I don't know if Chan's going to get a bit of a rest. They are sort of fortunate in the way that, there's a few players there like Wishart's pretty versatile. If someone goes down, say Chan went down, then you could move like Howarth into the second row. He's big enough to play second row forward, and you can put Wishart into the centers there. So look, yeah, it is a very big bench, but look, I think that the Dogs have sort of gone that way a little bit as well. I'm just really intrigued to see how they go. But look, I think Harry Grant and Stefano coming back as you can see there at the top of the screen with the ins there for the Storm. I think they're the real big inclusions. And I think Jack Howard's a bit of a smoky pretty underrated inclusion for the Storm this evening.
Let's get into the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. And for those who'd like to know, it is going to be Dor that calls the Melbourne Storm tonight, me doing the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. And just quickly, the odds for this one is going to be $1.46 favourites to the Melbourne Storm. The Bulldogs, they are $2.76 outsiders. Looking at the shots of Amy Park at the moment, it looks like a dry track. Don't know about the wind, but it does look like a dry surface down there in Melbourne. So for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, there is enormous pieces of news to get through here. Connor Tracy, Renakama making his finals debut on the Sting, and then Jacob Carraz in jersey number 23 coming from the Clouds will be playing on the Sting. Inari Tawala and Stephen Crichton are the centres. Crichton, obviously the captain. Burton and Galvin, they are the halves pairing. King, Hayward, and Josh Curran starts at prop with 16 on his back. Kikau, Preston, and Salmon is the back row. Jamin Salmon playing his 100th first grade game this evening. And the interchange is Man, Tupanua, and two really good inclusions, in my opinion. Toby Sexton in jersey 21, and then Harry Hayes in jersey number 22, the big fella who I think is beginning to break out if he hasn't already. The 18th player is Blake Wilson. He was obviously named in jersey 5, but Jacob Carraz has passed a fitness test, obviously, and then Cameron Zeraldo is obviously the coach for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. Let's start with the enormous news that Jacob Carraz has fallen from the Clouds to play this evening. No way known that I was anticipating it. There was not even a whiff in the air, mate. Did you have a whiff in the air that this was going to happen? And if so, did you think maybe that the Bulldogs should probably just maybe chill out just for one more week? They do have the second chance. Jacob Carraz, do you risk him by playing tonight? Do you go all out with him tonight? What's your opinion about the return of Carraz, Dor?
Well, I think this is the second time, Sam, that Carraz has come back way earlier than we've all been expecting. Look, like on your thought, what you were saying just before, Sam, in the regard of is in terms of with the week off next week, should they risk Carraz this week? I don't think the Bulldogs would have surely risked Jacob Carraz this week if he wasn't 100%. Ready to go. I just don't think they would have risked it. The Broncos, for example, Reynolds could have played this week, but we didn't want to risk that. So we decided, obviously, we're going to give him the week off and he'll either play next week or the week after. I don't think the Bulldogs would have thrown Carraz into this situation if he wasn't 100% ready to go, Sam. So yeah, it's a huge inclusion for the Dogs. Kiraz has been absolutely immense for the Dogs this season. Will be interesting to see if he stays out on the wing or if he'll move into the centers and Tuala shifts out to the Sting. That will be an interesting thing that we'll have to pay attention closely to at the start of the game. But otherwise, yeah, huge inclusion for the Dogs, man.
Yeah, it does help them out because I thought Jacob Carraz versus Xavier Coates approximately a month ago, not even, was a very good battle, and Carraz held his zone magnificently that night. So it was going to be Blake Wilson under all sorts of pressure in his finals debut, and he was going to have to try and figure out a way to take down Coates, but that's not to be now. Carraz is back, and he did a really good job on Xavier Coates about a month ago. And look, this is arguably the biggest story of this game, is that we've got Reed Marnie that has been punted. Toby Sexton returns in jersey number 21. We have seen Toby Sexton play a bit of hooker, but he has not played first grade since before the halfway point of this season, Dor. What was your reaction to Reed Marnie getting dropped? Are you in favour of it? Are you excited to see Toby Sexton? I'm sure you are, mate. I am too. I'm really keen and happy that Sexton gets a shot tonight, but at the expense of Reed Marnie, it's very bittersweet at the moment.
I'm glad to see Sexton back, Sam, but I really do not understand this whole fallout with Reed Marnie. I think Reed Marnie's a quality player, and I think he's been treated quite poorly here. I hope, for the Bulldogs fans' sake here, that, this basically this selection gamble pays off for the Dogs tonight. It will be really interesting. Like, Sexton filled in a little bit there when Galvin first signed. He played a bit of hooker there for a little bit, but I don't think he's actually played a fair bit of hooker at first grade level outside of that. I think he's played reserve grade New South Wales Cup a little bit at hooker, but I think first grade wise, I think he's a bit inexperienced in that regard. But the question I have for you, Sam, and I'm just thinking myself, is I don't know how he's utilized tonight. I don't know how Sexton's utilized at all this evening. I'm a bit like, I don't think he's really, you know what I mean? I don't think he's the type of guy that's going to come on and spark, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's that energy, that impact, that quick, quick run out of dummy half. Sexton's not like that. Like, Haywood would be. Like, I would more understand if Sexton was starting at hooker and Haywood came off the bench for a bit of impact. I'm questioning how Sexton's going to be utilized this evening.
Dor, my initial reaction to that would be that Jamin Salmon is going to have himself a 20-minute spell, and I think that will push Bailey Haywood to lock, and then Sexton comes on and plays hooker. That's probably the way that I would look at it, unless if they're going to play really silly buggers with Matt Burton and muck around with him, and we'll see Toby Sexton and Lachlan Galvin as halves pairing for 20 or so minutes, man. But I don't know how you do that. But I think that's how it will go down. I think Salmon will come off. I think it will be Haywood that reverts back to lock. And Dor, it looks like we are mere moments away from kickoff. So before we move on any further, that we've gone through the team list. It's a fascinating matchup for sure. So Dor, who are we tipping, mate? Who are we tipping?
Storm. I think Storm. I'm going Storm 1-12.
All right, me, mate. I did tip Melbourne at the start of the week. The inclusion of Carraz, Harry Hayes as well. I think he's had a really good year. I feel like that there might be a bit of an ambush coming here from the Doggies, man. There's a bit of a sniff in the air all of a sudden now about the Bulldogs, but look, I've got to stick with me tip about the Melbourne Storm. Now, Dor, just to make sure that we are all synced up, my friend, have you got the Bulldogs on your screen?
Yeah, Bulldogs are on my screen. You should also change your color of your name to blue as well, because we're all purple. We're purpled out here at the moment, just like the Amy Park lights right now. It's a purple out.
No, well, the reason why it's a purple out, It's a Melbourne Storm home game. That's why, mate. It's a Melbourne home
Okay.
game. Yes.
Indeed. All right. Quickly, Sam, let's quickly, as the Bulldogs move on the way out, just some quick stats on this game, Sam.
Please.
I found them really intriguing. So the Storm have won 9 of their last 10 games against the Dogs. However, they've only won 3 of their last 8 finals games. So that is a huge thing for the Storm. In regards to the Bulldogs, Sam, they've only won 1 of their last 5 games at Amy Park and haven't won a finals game since 2015. So that's like 10 years that the Dogs have last won a finals game as they now make their way on to Amy Park. There has been, I was watching Fox earlier this evening and they were touching on that there has been bucket loads of planes going from Sydney down to Melbourne. So there's going to be a fair few Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs fans down in Melbourne this evening, Sam. I honestly cannot wait. This is going to be a Banu belter, if you will.
Yes. And there is the man himself, Jacob Carraz. If I was a Bulldog supporter, I would have attempted a backflip into my pool with excitement, hearing that Jacob Carraz was back and his kick out on the screen. Are we all in sync, mate?
Yeah, I got Kiko on the screen. Yeah, he's having a little chirp. And
there's the Storm.
The Storm.
All right, we're in sync.
Lovely slick hair, a bit of a water up as Harry Grant's moving out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
He is the main reason why I am sticking with my tip because his form in the last 8 weeks of the competition, or 6 weeks, I should say, before his 2-week suspension, was amazing. Was amazing. So much so that people were already saying that he should be hooker of the year. Such was his good purple patch.
Yeah, he should be well rested as well, Sam. Huge performance. I think that's sort of I forgot to touch on that. I think that was the reason why I think Garlick's dropped out this evening. I think is just Harry Grant coming back. He's going to be really nice and refreshed, and the Bulldogs better be paying a lot of attention to his quick, runs out of dummy half. His deception around the ruck is second to none. And if the Bulldogs are caught lacking, they'll be exposed by Grant. He's exposed many teams close to the try line with his handiwork around the ruck. So, oh man, I cannot wait. Look, everyone in the chat, if you haven't done so already, get your predictions in the chat. Let Sam and I know who you're tipping tonight. We've seen it go Bulldogs, go Storm. Let us know who you're going for, what your scoreline is, man of the match, etc. This is going to be an absolute belter, ladies and gentlemen. I hope if you haven't done so already, give Sam a follow, and let's do this.
All right, everybody, subscribe to All Out Club, subscribe to Wobble Enjoy Sports. Melbourne Storm to kick off. Bulldogs are to receive the pill. First of all, I will get to your comments in due course. Chat to the 30 of you that are in, but we are underway. Finals 2025 is underway, and Galvin takes it on the full and gives it to Max King. Lachlan Galvin making his finals debut tonight in the furnace down there at Amy Park. Now, this is Jacob Graz. First touch of the ball. Galvin, they shift it way out left to Kickow, and Kickow is over the 20 and has gotten to the 30. What a fantastic start from the Bulldogs. A great 20-odd metre play here. Now it's working its way back infield here for Josh Curran, who's starting with jersey 16 on his back. He's stopped just short of the 40. Hayward, right. This is Connor Tracy with the hit up. He stopped about 6 metres shy of halfway. Canterbury Bankstown are running left to right, and Burton is putting in a 4th tackle early kick door.
Yes, lovely kick. Beautifully taken there by Nick Meaney at the back, Sam, and he runs it back, but he unfortunately is driven back by a huge Bulldogs defence. As you can see, the contingent of Bulldogs fans that have turned up here. Kickow's down. Kickow is down on a Warbrick run, and Kickow is down holding his head. Oh, this could be a really, really bad loss for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs early here this evening. A strong Will Warbrick run here on tackle 2, and it looks like Kickow has gone in. Oh, he's got an elbow there. It doesn't look as bad as I thought it would have been. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, actually, no, the slow motion was doing it a lot of favors there. That's copped a absolute blow to the melon there for Viliami Kikau, and he's lying face down, and this is not good for the Bulldogs. I hate to, say stuff like this, but potentially, at least in a fortunate way, they've got great bench players that can help in this absence of Kikau. You've got Harry Hayes that could play a bit of second row. You've got Tupanua that has played second row for years for the Roosters before he came to the Bulldogs, and that is looking like who it's going to be here for the Bulldogs that is about to come on. It's going to be Satili Tupanua or Harry Hayes. I don't know. Now Harry Hayes has jumped to his feet. We really hope, and our immediate thoughts are here with Viliami Kikau, and we really hope that he is okay.
Just a name that we haven't mentioned as well, the referee tonight is Adam G, and he is still just hovering next to Viliami Kikau at the moment.
It's going to be Harry Hayes, Sam.
Well, this would have to be a Category 1, wouldn't it? This would have to be a Category 1.
Yeah.
What would you say, Dor?
I think this is going to be a Category 1, and that means Kikau is going to be missing next week. And hold on a minute. This guy's the trainer's holding his jaw or his eye socket. There looks like could be a fracture here to his eye socket.
Well, Will Warbrick has got elbows as sharp as machetes, man. So if it's a fractured eye socket or something to that effect, I wouldn't be surprised at all. And I'm so sorry to Viliami Kikau, man. Oh, dear.
It's awful, man. This is really, really sad stuff for the Dogs. We'll try our best to keep up with what the news is. I think Jakey Duke's on the sideline, so hopefully Jukey can keep us updated in regards to what the go is here with Kikau, if it's a Category 1 or Category 2. But we must continue on. We wish Kikau, and hopefully he is okay. But that's a good run by Stefano on tackle 3. Now Grant here on tackle 4. That's a great run there by Eli Katoa. He gets up over the 40-meter line. Grant now gives it to Liero. Liero through the middle of the field, and Liero gets up to halfway. That's going to be last tackle here, Sam. Good set from the Storm. Started a bit slow there on the first tackle, but after the break, they have come back beautifully, and that is a lovely long kick from Pezzett, but it's taken beautifully by Tracy just over his 10-meter line, Sam.
So we're 2 minutes in. It's 0-0, and this is Renakama with his first taste of finals football, a carry that makes about 5 meters or so, up over the 20-meter line. And this is Jacob Carraz now, his first touch since returning back from injury. He's getting dragged back, but he stops that, plays the ball well. Hayward scoots to the left-hand side, but Harry Grant, his opposite number, was well-versed in that game that Hayward's playing there. This is 4th tackle. And Galvin got to dummy half, gave it to Burton to the left, and he gives it all his might, Dor.
Yeah, kicks it long, kicks it high, but it's taken beautifully by Meaney just over his 20-meter line, and he brings it up to over the 30-meter line. Sam on tackle 1, plays the ball, Pezzett in a dummy half, and Warbrick, he's ready for finals football this evening. That's a great charge from him on tackle 2, over the 40-meter line. Grant now gives it to Coates, and Coates, he gets it up to nearly halfway, Sam, here on tackle 3. That's 6 again, Sam, 6 again, as Harry Grant at dummy half gives it to Josh King. King's tackled on tackle 1. Grant at dummy half gives it to Stefano, and that's a great run from Stefano. I think this might be his first action of finals football here in his first year at the Storm. Pezzett, Munster, lovely flat ball to Joe Chan. Joe Chan breaks through, but a lovely tackle around the legs from Connor Tracy. 10 meters out, tackle 3. Grant at dummy half gives it to Munster. Munster out the back to Pezzett. Pezzett gives it to Ali Katoa! And over goes the Melbourne Storm. They'll start this evening in front, 4 points to 0. And what an absolute beautiful couple of tackles there from the Melbourne Storm. They mean business tonight, Sam.
Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes we're screaming from the rafters for it to happen, but the Melbourne Storm saw it straight away. They took advantage of the space that Viliami Kikau would have been filling, and it is Eli Katoa that broke in between Inari Tuwala and Matt Burton where Viliami Kikau usually would have been. So sometimes teams don't do it. They don't go to it straight away. The Melbourne Storm did on this occasion, and it gets them the first points of the 2025 NRL Final Series.
Yeah, I don't even know where Harry Hayes was, Sam. Like, if I'm watching that replay there, man, it looks like he's like in the middle of the field. Like, he is nowhere. I don't know if maybe he's moved into the middle and Curran shifted out to the edge. But there was no one next to Burton. It was basically Burton and Tuala. Here we go. Yeah. So it looks like Curran's moved out to the edge, and Harry Hayes has come on it in the middle. And like you said, Sam, I think the Bulldogs are still sort of adapting to that loss of Kikau there with, you know, the positioning of Curran, not the best there. But look, Burton, he's a good defender and he should have done a lot better there on Eli Katoa as Meany moves in. Oh, and he hits it sweetly, Sam, straight over the middle for Nick Meany, and that makes it 6-0 after, well, not even 5 minutes of action, Sam. What a start here from the Melbourne Storm.
Yep. So the last time that these two sides met, it was the Bulldogs that won the possession battle 54%, but they completed at only 79%, the Bulldogs. Now, obviously, nobody has made errors, but it was the Melbourne Storm that completed at 90% that night that got them the win, only by the skin of their teeth, though. So just a couple of stats to remind us all about what happened in that previous thriller about a month ago.
So Matt Burton resumes, Sam. Yeah, that's great insight, mate, as Munster takes it and Stefano now has a carry. Oh, and that's a good run there by Stefano. Gets rid of Harry Hayes, and then he's brought down around 10 meters out. Grant now gives it to, I think that was Mr. Rand. Oh, that was Jack Howarth. Good run from Howarth. He's brought down around the 20-meter line, and now Joe Chan has a run, but beautiful tackle there by Jacob Preston and Max King over the top. Harry Grant now has a little scoot from dummy half, but he's brought down around the 30-meter line. Munster now is going to have a scoot from dummy half. These Melbourne players are having a lot of scoots here from dummy half, Sam. That Munster's brought down here on last tackle, 40 meters out. So pretty good defensive effort there from the Dogs. Pezic kicks it here on last, Sam. It's a low driver, and that is a bit of a stinger, if you will, and it's taken beautifully by Tracy at the back, and he brings it up to around 35 meters out from his own try line.
Yeah, it's a nice 15 to 20 meter run back from Tracy, and now Carraz has got the ball, and he'll play the ball on the red line inside his own half, and this is Captain Crichton making approximately 6 to 7 meters on that play. Third tackle, they go left, and now they enter Melbourne Storm territory here, and that is Max King with maybe his second or third touch of the game. So 6 minutes in, it's 6-0. Another fourth tackle kick here from Matt Burton going down to the left-hand side, and Meany takes it.
That was a swirler there from Burton there, Sam. That was a really good kick. He did really well to take that inside his own 10. As here we go. Geez, Will Warbrick, Sam, just quietly has been immense to start this game. Some really good carries. He looks up for it this evening now. Grant Anderson is going to have a carry, and he's brought down here on tackle 3. Only 20 meters out, so Storm are struggling here for meters, but that is a great run there by Xavier Coates, Sam. He's going to be brought down just short of the 30-meter line. Grant now dummy half, gives it to Liero. Liero throws a lovely dummy, but Josh Curran doesn't fall for it. Last tackle. Grant now gives it to Pezzett, and Pezzett kicks it long. He kicks it high, but it's beautifully taken there by Connor Tracy at the back, just over his 10-meter line, and he gets it up to around just over his 20-meter line, Sam.
You said before that the Melbourne Storm are darting out a dummy half a fair bit, and they are the team that dart at a dummy half the most of any other team in the competition. So they're living up to that namesake in that regard. Carraz now has the pill up over the 30-meter line. You'd say the Bulldogs are central. Hayward, flat ball for Crichton, who cuts against the grain and gets over the 40 by a couple of meters. Crichton gets up, plays the ball now. Hayward passes left. Burton again for the fourth time already, 8 minutes in. He kicks on the fourth tackle.
Yeah, to answer Jono's question in the chat to why Burton, I think, is, and to touch on why he said, I think they're just trying to play field position here. And that is why you do the Will Warbrick spills the lollies, the Allen's lollies, the red frogs have gone everywhere, and the Dogs are on the attack here, Sam.
All righty. Woof, woof. All right, Tuala now has to hit up, and it's a penalty. So just take the quick tap if you can. Take it as quickly as possible.
High shot.
I'll do my
Taking his
best
eyes
just
off the
quickly
ball there from Will Warbrick.
to
Scoot through
update.
these comments, Sam, or are you going through the scores?
Just updating the time on that one. And they take the
No,
tap from about 23 meters out, and it's Max King who has the first run. So they're about 18 meters away. Here are the Bulldogs. They're coming right to Salmon, back under here for Hayes, who's on a hell of a lot more quicker than what he was anticipating. We've got Hayward at dummy half, six again here for Galvin, back under here for Preston. Preston standing, backing his way. Post-contact meters great from him. Preston
Joe
was the
Chan might have
standout.
Joe Chan, sorry, Sam. Shoulder injury could be for Chan. Continue.
Oh, there's been a knock-on between Galvin and Curran. No? Yes, there has been. Bugger.
Yeah, a bit of a miscommunication there, a bit of miscommunicado from Lachlan Galvin and Josh Curran there. I think it's this loss of Kickow is really huge there. Just the timing from Curran and Galvin there was well off here as we look on this injury here. And I was saying to Sam, sorry for interrupting, but it was just something that I wanted to bring to the attention there. Looks like Chan's shoulder looked like he was in serious discomfort there, and it'll be interesting to see if he continues. But the Storm, one error each, Sam, both in quick succession. Hopefully we can get some clean football now for the rest of the game, or not many errors. But that's a good run there, Sam, by Josh King. That's a shocking play the ball. The run was great, but the play the ball was shocking, as Trent Liero is absolutely moosed by Harry Hayes on tackle 3. Grant now dummy half gives it to Stefano, and Stefano gets over the 40-meter line, Sam. 4 tackle. We've gone through 10 minutes. Flat pass from Grant to Munster, and Munster flat pass to King. A bit of miscommunicado now for the Storm here, and Josh King's able to work his way up to just short of halfway. Last tackle, Grant gives it to Pezzett, and Pezzett kicks it long, kicks it high and far out. That's a bloody good kick. Tracy takes it around 5 meters out from the... Oh, and what a tackle from Joe Chan. Oh, his shoulder is all right, Sam.
Yes, it sure is. Jacob Carraz now offloads it back to Galvin on their own 20. They played daring in the first set of 6 of the game, did the Bulldogs, and they got to start throwing the ball a little bit now. Jacob Carraz now, his second touch of the set, up over the 30-meter line. 11 minutes gone, 6 points to nil. Bulldogs running left to right of screen. Carraz gets up just a bit ginger on that one, Dor, as Max King gets to the 40-meter line. Bulldogs are central. It's 4th tackle. Do they go again? They sure do. Burton kicks inside his own 40, but it's not a 40-20 attempt. It's stayed up, and it's a good tackle by Renakama.
You know, I'm a man of many sources, Sam, and I've got some breaking news that has just come through in regards to another game this evening. We'll touch on that when I get a chance. But Pezzett now gives it to Nick Meaney, and Meaney gets it up to around 45 meters out. Grant now lovely flat pass there to, I believe that's Coates. Oh, he's off the mark there. Coates was off the mark. He's going to play the ball around 45 meters out from the Dogs' try line. Grant now gives it to Munster. Munster driving. He's going a bit sideways here, but he's going to be tackled around 40 meters out here on last tackle. Plays the ball. Grant now dummy half. What's going on here? Josh King's got the ball. Now Joe Chan. Now Howarth. Howarth puts a little grubber in. That's a nice little grubber there, but Tracy takes it and is away, Sam.
Oh, Renakama copped the pass. Is there a strip? No, Renakama barely just holds onto the ball, and now Tawala has the Melbourne Storm screaming up in his face. He's tackled. They're only about 19 meters out from their own try line here, and this is Connor Tracy now with maybe his 6th touch already of the game. And Galvin gives it to Carraz. Carraz, man, he is showing no sign. Oh, he's just knocked the ball on. Oh, in any event, it's with Cameron Munster.
Yeah, I don't think he knocked it on, Sam. I think he just dropped it, and Munster was paying attention there close around the ruck and swooped on it. He's the thief in the night, Cam Munster. We've seen it multiple times, whether it be in the regular season or in finals games, where he's come up big around the ruck. And now Stefano has a good carry, gets past Josh Curran, Sam. Kick hours past his HIA, but we'll see whether it's if it's an eye socket or not. As now Munster gives it to Joe Chan. He might have passed his HIA. Crichton's down. Now Grant gives it to Josh King, and King now gives it to Liero. Crichton can barely move. He's in trouble. It looks like a bit of a knee injury, knee on knee, maybe. Hopefully it's just a cork. Peasant now gives it to Meaney. And Meaney's now out on the top of the screen, Sam, out near the touchline.
Immediately, Crichton screamed in agony as soon as he hit the deck when he was involved in that tackle. And he reached for his right knee, if I'm not mistaken, Dor. Or maybe it was his left. His left ankle got trapped underneath the Melbourne Storm player. We'll stay with the play here now as Jamin Salmon has a hit up, and this is third tackle. And they've only made about 25 metres on average, I'd suggest, the Bulldogs here over the past 5 minutes or so. And this is Carraz, and he just tucks it and gets to the 30. Hayward now, dummy half, left to Burton, and Burton for the 5th time tonight already kicks it from deep inside his own 40. Oh, it bounced just in front of the 20, Dor.
Yeah, beautifully positioned was Nick Meaney there, Sam. And Will Warbrick dropped the lollies. Will Warbrick has dropped the lollies for a second time this evening. A great tackle, great hit there from Max King and Bailey Hayward. Exceptional defense from the Dogs. And it's little things like that in these big games that could cause the difference here this evening. And yeah, it's Max King, unfortunately, there with the low center of gravity from Warbrick, and the knee hits the ball and it comes straight out. I don't know if it's his right knee, because his right knee sort of like moves a bit, or if it's his left that gets trapped underneath him. I'll touch on it in a second. I've still got that breaking news. It's not that massive, but it's quite big in regards to the Sharks-Roosters clash tomorrow night. Crichton's not moving well, Sam.
Bulldogs, they've won the scrum. They went right, and Crichton said, "Not for me, thank you very much." Carraz plays the ball on the Melbourne Storm 20. Max King has the hit up and makes about 6 or so meters. This is second tackle. They're central Bulldogs. They go left. Salmon first receiver at the back left to Galvin. Now it works between he and Curran enters the 10 meters of the Melbourne Storm. Third tackle, they're left of the posts here. 15 minutes gone, 6-0. Bulldogs need to hit straight back as Salmon gives it to Galvin. Flat ball for Preston. And Preston is taken down by Munster and Joe Chan. Fourth tackle, they're now right of the post. Hayward continues to go down the short side with Crichton, who puts on a fourth tackle kick. I think it is 6 again here for the Dogs. It is 2. Yep. Galvin's got the ball now. This is when he's at his best, when he's scheming in broken play, but he's taken down by Uto Ikamanu there. 0 tackle, right of the post. They're going left. Crichton, flat ball there for Max King. He is a passenger at the moment, is Stephen Crichton, unfortunately. This is the first tackle. Six again now.
Sam, 6 again.
Hayward waiting for the play the ball. Hayward goes left. Salmon first receiver. Elects to come back to the right-hand side, and he's taken down. Hayward at dummy half. Goes right. This is Galvin. Galvin does use Preston, and Preston just takes a bit of a settler. They're right of the post here. It's second tackle. Hayward goes left, finds Jamin Salmon, first receiver again. Galvin, left to Burton, dummies, steps 1. And Peasant makes a try-saving tackle. Hayward passes right to Galvin. Third tackle, flat ball for Salmon, calls of a forward pass. It is a forward pass, or maybe it is a forward pass from Galvin to Jamin Salmon, Dor.
Yeah, no, that's the right call. I think you were about to say it, but you obviously were going from what the what you're playing to the whistle, basically, or calling to the whistle. But yeah, it did look forward here, Sam. Yeah, just not a major forward pass, but a slight one indeed. The news out of tomorrow, Sam, is that you probably heard at the start of the week that Tom Hazelton has been in hospital most of this week with a skin infection. Yes, another one. And he is out of tomorrow night's game for the Sharks versus the Roosters. So no Hazelton tomorrow night, and who is a huge impact for the Cronulla Sharks off the bench. But Crichton's still out there, Sam, but the Storm are making great meters there after that Galvin forward pass. And Howarth now plays the ball, Grant dummy half, gives it to Liero. That's great contact from Harry Hayes, who forces Liero back, and Crichton makes a beautiful legs tackle. Oh, dearie me. And Crichton's gone to get up there, and he just sort of froze there. He's still hobbling badly. It's just, I don't know, Sam. Like, I quickly come to you. Like, is it worth, like, keeping Crichton out there, or do you just get him off and, begin the recovery for next week?
We've never seen Crichton quite like this in this situation before, man. But in remarkable news, just quietly, Viliami Kikau is back out there.
That's huge. That is huge for the Bulldogs. As after that penalty there, the Storm find touch, and then they give it to Jack Howarth for a run and just get inside Bulldogs territory. Stephen Crichton is still, I hate to keep on saying on it, but he's just really not moving well at all, and it's actually painful to just watch him struggling out there so much. It just really doesn't look good at all. Pezzett now gives it to Munster, and Munster, they're going right at Joe Chan, and Joe Chan now going to play the ball. Crichton's going to take 20 years to get up after that, and Munster's now having a little scheme, Sam, and gets through a couple of tackles there and's brought down. Now Harry Grant, here he goes out of the ruck. He's got to surrender there.
He's got to surrender.
And my point from the start of the game, Sam, did come to fruition. Tuala is in, or he's still playing in the centre, should I say, as Pezzett kicks it here on last. And great work there by Rinakama on finals debut to really make an effort and catch that in the end goal. 7 tackles, 7 for the Dogs. Take it away, Sam.
And they gave it out left to Tuala, and he stepped one man. Just to go back to your question before, if Crichton really can't do any more than what he's doing, then I guess you pull the trigger and you say Crichton come off, Burton to the centre, and then Sexton and Galvin become a halves pairing tonight.
Yeah, 100%.
And this is six again. This is six again. And speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Yep. It is Toby Sexton who's out there. Alrighty. So Hayward goes right. Galvin, Curran is stopped about 12 metres inside Melbourne Storm territory. This is third tackle. They go right. Tracy steps off his right foot and beats one, but can't get away from Joe Chan. Fourth tackle, 30 metres out. Hayward goes left. Salmon first receiver. Out back left to Galvin. Flat ball for Kikau. A flick pass to the left-hand side for Sexton. It might have come off of his knee, and Sexton may have scored in his first 10 seconds on the paddock.
Oh, my word. There's no way.
There's no way.
Toby Sexton, there's no way. He surely touched it. It could be like Reece Walsh the other week. Oh, here comes the offload here from Kikau.
There's no
he
touch.
Hasn't touched it. He has not touched that.
Sexton is hot to trot for the Bulldogs. They have hit back against the run of play. They're dealing with injuries left, right, and centre. And the saviour, Sexton, he has hit the paddock, and they're going to be back. They're going to hit the scoreboard. 6 points to 4. Wow, Dor.
Absolutely unbelievable first touch there from Toby Sexton. Eat your heart out, Cristiano Ronaldo, because that was a beautiful first touch there from Toby Sexton. And you called it, Sam. That was the play. We've seen Matt Burton shift to left centre, and Tuala that was at left centre now come to the bottom of the screen on the right-hand side of the field. And now he's playing right centre. But Sexton comes on. He knew he didn't touch it. That's why I was confident that he scored, because he knew he wasn't a fibber. He wasn't going to fib. He knew that he did not touch that. He kept fighting for that loose ball, picked it up, and over he goes, Sam. 6 points to 4, and that's massive. You can see the Doggies fans down at Belmore or whatever, they're cheering. And you just, I was thinking to myself, they've lost Kikau. He's gone down with, had a HIA and potential issue with his eye socket. And then now Crichton injured to his leg. I'm not exactly sure. And he was going off, and I'm just like, oh no, the Dogs are just taking blow after blow. And then they actually inflict a really positive blow for their fans and themselves to give them a real confidence. And it just shows how important Viliami Kikau is, Sam, that try. His offload ability. I think he's top 5. I think he was 5th. In the stats that I posted today for the regular season for offload, Sam. So massive to have Kikau back out on the paddock.
Good on you, Toby Sexton. That is absolutely brilliant. Awesome.
How can you hate Toby Sexton, man?
Nah,
he
man.
got the Dogs. He got the Dogs to the top, and it's great to see him come back and get that, get a try like that, Sam.
So where is Sexton? Is he going to Catalans next year? Is that confirmed that he's off to the Super League?
Yeah, he's definitely off to the Super League. I just have to double check as the Storm kick
Well,
off. They let the bounce.
Galvin! Does get the bouncing ball, gives it to Harry Hayes, if I'm not mistaken. There might be an issue here. No, a Melbourne Storm down on the ground.
Yeah,
Joe Chan.
they've. He's leaking. He's leaking.
He looks like the bloody Joker from The Dark Knight for a second, mate.
That's it. His head, like mouse gone into the head of Harry Hayes here. We'll watch it here. It is Catalan, Sam, that Toby Sexton, 2-year deal from next year to Catalan for Toby Sexton. And goodness gracious me. I think that's a busted lip, like a bad one. That's a really bad busted lip. Joe Chan now out. I think Lasardi comes in here, Sam, and comes back in. Yeah, that lip is, I hate to have a close-up, but I reckon that lip is, broken.
Well, maybe he's now got a rigid groove where he can just have his straw just sitting on his lip, mate. Okay, so Jacob Carras now now we've got Connor Tracy. No, a knock on from Jacob Carras, and the Melbourne Storm can hit straight back. Well, what a freaking disastrous 60 seconds from the Bulldogs after scoring their first points, man. They let the ball bounce.
It wasn't disastrous for the Bulldogs, so that was.
But they let the ball bounce. Put the fear of God into their fans and supporters, and now there's a knock on. It is Carras' second error of the game.
Defense wins premierships, and we're seeing that here. Both sides capitalizing here off errors, mistakes from the other side's mistake. Yeah, MCL. He tried to push through it, but I think they've made the right decision for the Dogs. And that is an absolute Mary Fowler howler ball out of the back of the scrum there. That was awful. Whoever threw that, they need to go to passing school because that was awful. As now Eli Katoa now gets a run, and he's brought down just over the 10. Grant, Pezzett, Stefano Utakamanu keeping those legs driving, and Curran gets around the legs. Don't really make much territory there. The Storm, Stefano's just tackled inside the 10. Grant, Munster, now to Josh King. Josh King now takes it a bit further. I'd say maybe 7 meters out. Penalty to Melbourne. High tackle from the Bulldogs. Please don't tell me it's that. Oh, mamma mia. Adam G. Sam and I are sitting here in long sleeve shirts and a tie, and you go and make an absolute bollocks call. There's no even contact to the head.
Kick out can only see out of one eye.
It's awful. That is I don't want to be swearing in such a formal occasion.
Not now. It's only
game. But that is a rubbish call. That is rubbish. That is awful. And it's a finals game, Sam. Every point counts. Every moment matters. And to just get a penalty for a high shot, and it wasn't even a high shot. But look, there's nothing you and I can do about it. All we can say is that straight down the hey little diddle, the cat and the fiddle, and that is 8 points to 6 in favor of the Melbourne Storm, Sam. Hold on.
Yeah, talk to me.
So Chan's going on. No, I'm just trying to listen to Juki here. So that's a HIA for Joe Chan, and they're saying it's actually a foot injury for Stephen Crichton.
His left ankle.
I'm pretty sure Stephen Crichton, if my memory serves me right, has been playing through like a foot injury or something like that for most of the season. I'm pretty sure, or it could be his shoulder. Actually, I'm getting confused. I think it. Potentially, Crichton's been playing definitely through something for most of this season. So anyway, they kick off and Munster takes it and gives it to Stefano. Oh, and that's a great charge from Stefano. Harry Hayes' hits just quietly, Sam, have been really, really good off the kickoffs. And just in general, he's really lifting for the Bulldogs defensively. But Josh King backs up that good carry from Stefano, and he gets up to around 25 meters out. And now Liero on tackle 3 is fighting, and he gets up to around 30 meters out. They're going for the early kick here. I think it was Pezzett, and it's a great kick. Tracy's had to throw it back infield. Coates is chasing. It's a full wall of Melbourne Storm defenders, and it is Lasati who makes the tackle, and it is Lasati who has come on for Joe Chan, Sam.
That's, I think, the Melbourne Storm's second kick on the fourth tackle, and Bulldogs have done 6 of them tonight, but that's the most effective fourth tackle kick for sure. As Zanari Tawala backs his way over the 30-metre line, and the Melbourne Storm drop off him. Third tackle, Hayward goes right to Preston, and we did beat 2, but then Xavier Coates came in late and stopped him on the Bulldogs 40. Hayward goes left. Josh Curran still out there after the first 25 minutes. And this is now the last tackle, 5 short of halfway. Hayward, what does he do? He elects to go right this time, and Galvin puts in a kick, and it's going to go straight down the throat of Meaney.
Beautiful take by Meaney. Sam on his 10-metre line, and he drives it up. But look at the Dogs' defence. Burton, man, is on the field. Tupanua as well, and Hayward take him back to around 12 metres out. Munster now gives it, oh, God, help me. Just stop showing me footage of Stephen Crichton. The bloke can barely stand up, is in really, real discomfort. It's really hard. Like, it's sucks to see, Sam. It really does, for let alone the Bulldogs tackle captain. But goodness me, that was a good hit from Tupanua there, Sam, as now I think that is Meaney there. He's tackled here on last. Grant gives it to Munster, and Munster gives it the big up and under. And it's taken by Carraz 15 metres out from his own try line, Sam.
And he's just driven back there by a couple of meters. All righty, we'll get into the stats in just a couple of minutes, but thank you to everybody that's in the chat right now. There's about 30 of you. We really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe to both of our channels. We really appreciate it. As the Bulldogs here, we see the completion rates there. The Melbourne Storm are 10% better at the moment than the Bulldogs are, 86 to 76%. Hayward goes right. Kurt Mann right to Galvin, right to Tracy. The timing was a little bit off, but it's found its way to Wala, and he's able to get to right on halfway on the side closest to the interchange sideline. As Tracy at dummy half goes left to Galvin, left to Tupanua, and there's about a 4 or 5 metre gain there. So they just centralise things here. For last tackle, Hayward left. Burton is just going to put an end over end kick up, and it's going to go straight down the throat of Warbrick.
Yes, Warbrick and Carraz both made 2 errors this evening, and I'm sure he was very nervous and just hoping to hold on to the ball there. As now Pezzett at dummy half gives it to Meaney, but Meaney is met by great Bulldogs defense, and he's brought down here on tackle 2 just inside his own 10. Grant gives it to Coates, and Tupanua goes boom shakalaka. What a hit from Tupanua, as that was a great tackle, as now they get it out to, I think it was Meaney there for a carry, and now Grant gives it to Alec McDonald, who's on the park. Great tackle there by Josh Curran around the legs. Last tackle now. Grant gives it to Munster, and Munster with a low driving kick kicks it low and hard. A bit of a stinger again. Carraz gets it and gives it to Tracy, Sam, and away go the Dogs.
Well, I think this is their best start to a set of 6 here for the Bulldogs in a handful of sets, as Rinakama has a hit up. Defensively, the Bulldogs are really limiting the Melbourne Storm, I'm finding at the moment, Dor, as Carraz makes a nice 10-plus metre carry, 5 short of halfway. He is stopped. Third tackle, Tupanua enters Storm zone, and with great post-contact meters, gets to the Storm 40-metre line. Fourth tackle, Hayward still out there. Dummy half goes right to Tracy. Tracy, flat ball for Preston. And Preston is stopped by 3 Melbourne Storm defenders. Hayward, last tackle, left from 30 metres out. Toby Sexton puts up the ball for Galvin and Carraz. Galvin gets the ball. Nearly for Galvin.
We are going upstairs.
But just quickly, Dor, I feel like the momentum is just swinging in the way of the Bulldogs because of their defense, Dor.
It's not just their defense, Sam. I'm thinking Melbourne are starting to get dominated here through the middle of the park. The Bulldogs forward pack, these changes there of Tupanua especially, and Kurt Mann coming onto the field is really helping. This is a real close one here. I don't know if Galvin's knocked it into Meaney, and then that's a double knock on. And then Galvin tries to regather, but then spills the lollies. The Chico rolls or the Chico lollies have gone all over Abbey Park there. No try.
Melbourne Storm scrum. It's going to happen on their own 10.
I think it's Melbourne Storm scrum. Munster has the ball.
Oh, he's dropped it.
It's the Bulldogs.
Oh.
It's the Bulldogs scrum. So I was right. Meaney into Galvin, and then Galvin knocked it on. As Crichton's out there on the bike.
Apologies for that. He will be break glass in case of an emergency. So the Bulldogs win the scrum. They whip it out left and Toby Sexton. Oh, he dummied and nearly exploded out the back. Hayward a dummy half. Left. Tracy steps and he is met solidly. Great defense by Eli Katoa primarily. Second tackle. Left to the post. Hayward comes right back in field for Sexton. Flat ball for Tupanua. And Tupanua stopped just a metre or two in front of the try line. Third tackle, they're still left of the post. Hayward, right to Sexton. Galvin, flat ball for Preston. Nice tackle from Cameron Munster. Fourth tackle, 11 minutes to go. Hayward, left. Sexton, out the back, left for Mann. Dummies. Oh, he is still dummying. He's still not getting wrapped up. And he's eventually brought down about 8 metres shy. They're central here are the Bulldogs. Hayward goes right. Galvin first receiver. Tracy, there's space with a beautiful pass to Carraz. The return of Carraz results in the second try for the Bulldogs this evening. They hit back. The momentum's been shifting their way and they get the lead for the first time in this game, 10-8 with a kick to come.
Toby Sexton. Wow. This is unbelievable and it's so good to see. He's having an absolute blind to Toby Sexton, and it's just his influence here. Look, honestly, I was really skeptical of the call. I didn't know how Sexton was going to be used, but if it all turns to rubbish and, you're losing players left, right, and center, to have him there and the ability of, say, the likes of Matt Burton and his versatility to be able to go out to the centers. We know what Matt Burton at the centers has done. He's won a premiership there for the Penrith Panthers there. And that's just beautiful backline movement, a really poor read from Xavier Coates there. And Jacob Kiraz goes in untouched. And the Bulldogs hit the lead, Sam, for the first time this evening, down in Melbourne, 10 points to 8 with a kick to come.
Oh, the Canterbury Leagues Club has absolutely exploded. And I wonder how many people got behind Carraz as an anytime try scorer tonight when he was announced right at the friggin' death there. But again, I'm sorry to repeat myself, but that's been coming. The defense, and as you said, the powerful interchange benches come on and also made a difference offensively. Tupanua is not in the greatest form of his career, but he's in very good form at the moment. And Sexton just weaving his magic. Man, what an ace up the sleeve. And you wonder if Gus and Serraldo have been sitting on this ace for, well over a month thinking, yeah, we will use him. As Burton's attempt at conversion from the sideline sails over the black dot. It's 12 points to 8, Dor, and they do deserve the lead, in my opinion.
100% they do, man. They really do. That's really, really good football here from the Canterbury Bulldogs. And it's their defense. You touched on it, Sam. They've been really pressuring Melbourne Storm. The Storm have been struggling to get meters, Sam. And the Bulldogs are just absolutely moosing them through the middle of the field, struggling for meters. Great defense. And like I said, man, you got to take your opportunities, and they did that indeed.
Waiting for kickoff. Kickoff has commenced now. 12-8 with 8.5 minutes to go. And Viliami Kikau takes it on the full and gets back to the 20-metre line and a little bit beyond it before he's met Crichton. Shots of him on the bench with Reid Marnie next to him. And this is Rinakama now with about a 5 or so metre carry. This is second tackle now. Running left to right they are. And this is Kurt Mann, first receiver. They go right to Galvin, right to Preston, who bumps away from Munster. But there's another 3 defenders out there. to help him get brought down to terra firma. Tupanua now is able to get to the 40-metre line and centralise the Bulldogs' attack. And the post-contact meters from Tupanua is exemplary. He's gotten to pretty much halfway. Fourth tackle, do they kick for pretty much the 9th time on fourth tackle? No, they don't. It's Kurt Mann that gets to just shy of the Melbourne Storm 40. They go left. Matt Burton just puts an end-over-end kick. Will Warbrick's underneath it and takes it comfortably.
Takes it comfortably indeed and charges back. Good run there by Warbrick. Brought down around 12 metres out. Sam plays the ball. Now Pezzett at dummy half. Gives it to Meaney and Kurt Mann. Lovely shot there by Meaney. Thank you, Mick. It is one of my finest ties for a very fine evening this evening, for a fine occasion with Sam calling this first finals game of 2025. And what a game we've got thus far. Howarth now, great run from him. Grant gives it to Liero. Liero, lovely unders ball to Tui Kamakamika that's on the field. Grant now on last tackle gives it to Pezzett. Pezzett kicks it low, kicks it hard. Pezzett, that's a 40-20. That is a 40-20 from Jonah Pezzett. He did it when he came in last time, I'm pretty sure. Jonah Pezzett, and he's kicked another 40-20. Great recognition there to get his feet behind the line. A slicing low kick. He knew exactly what he was doing, and Tracy just couldn't get there. It was perfectly executed, slicing away, moving away from him, and that is huge, Sam, huge, as now the Storm have the ball. Now, that's a great carry from Kamakamika. Geez, the impact here of some of these bench forwards has been immense. Grant now to Munster. Munster and Grant have been a bit quiet here. I think it's time for them, for the Melbourne Storm fans. I think they need to lift here, Munster and Grant. Grant now gives it to Liero. Liero to Pezzett. Lovely hold up there for Meaney. Meaney against his old side gives it to Warbrick. Warbrick sees a bit of space. He comes straight through field. What a run by Will Warbrick. Driving the legs, but brought down there by Kickow and Mann just short. Grant now dummy half gives it to Pezzett. Pezzett out the back. It's a shocking pass, but picked up there by Meaney. Meaney, lovely footwork on Galvin. He offloads out the back to Lasati. Lasati looking for an offload, but great defense there by Galvin and Tuala. Lasati plays the ball. Grant in here at dummy half. Here he goes. Gives it to Munster. Munster now gives it out to Jack Howarth with great defense, great recognition from the Dogs. Now Munster. Now Lasati! Oh, Lasati, what a short play from the Melbourne Storm. They went left short side. They went left short side again. And a lovely short ball to the man that Sam called me last week and told me, geez, he played well for the Storm against the Broncos. And he was just too big and too bloody strong for those Bulldogs outside backs. And he barges his way over. And it's all off the back of Jonah Pezzett, the man that has come in after the injury to Jerome Hughes. And Wishart, who's been playing 7 most of the season, they've made a call. They've made a bold call. Pezzett's come in, kicked the 40-20, and multiple short side raids has paid off. I said, Sam, it had to be Munster and Grant that stepped up. And who was it? Those 2 players in those 2 short side raids leading the way. Who was the one that passed the ball? It was Munster. What a try from the Melbourne Storm.
It really is the first time that Harry Grant and Munster have injected themselves into the contest. It's great stuff. And Lasati is quietly becoming a bit of a cult figure down there in Melbourne, at least in my opinion anyway, man. He is a workhorse. I really like the work. Absolutely. It's a great hit back from the Melbourne Storm, eh? 12 points all.
This is unreal, man. This is what it's all about as Meaney moves in. Oh, Nick Meaney. Oh, and that is another 2 points for the Melbourne Storm, and they get back the lead, Sam. 14 points to 12. And, this is an absolute beauty of a game, man. And we're only 36 minutes through. And Tahi, my good friend, he was just too big and too strong there for the Bulldogs outside backs, and he's just gone straight over. Just determination, absolutely unreal there by Lasati. Sam and I are really big fans of Lasati, so it was really great to see him to cross over as now they kick off here. What a game we've got as Munster takes it and gives it to Kamakamika. I said it just before the last set, actually. God, Kamakamika has been good as Harry Grant gives it to Howarth and he gets through. Oh, he got through but fell over. But a good quick play the ball and Harry Grant's there and gives it to Alec McDonald, another great forward there. And that's a good run, gets over the 40-metre line. They're starting to get these quick play the balls here. Sam and Melbourne are moving up the field at great pace as now Liero's brought down here just short of halfway on fourth tackle. Grant at dummy half gives it to Katoa. I think he's been a bit quiet. I think they need to get Katoa into the game here, and Harry Grant recognizes that and hits him. Now, last tackle, Grant gives it to Munster, and Munster goes the big heave-ho underneath it. We've lost it. A beautiful take by Connor Tracy there at the back. And he's got rid of a couple there, Sam, but he's brought down just over his 20.
Plays the ball. Sexton gives it right infield to Rinakama, who gets over the 30-metre line. Rinakama in his finals debut, I think he's been really solid for the Bulldogs this evening. Here is Matt Burton with a hit up that gets them to the 40-metre line. Nice strength to back his way to the 40. Third tackle, Hayward. 2.5 minutes remaining. It's working its way to the right-hand side. Breaking news, Joe Chan has failed his HIA, so they are a man down, the Melbourne Storm, and it looks like for all money, the Bulldogs were. Still Stephen Crichton to be confirmed as Tupanua is met by Lasati, the try scorer, who is all fired up after scoring in his finals debut. At least I'm pretty sure about that anyway. Sexton on last tackle gets a right-footed kick down towards Will Warbrick. Dor.
Yeah, taken beautifully by Warbrick at the back, Sam, and lovely footwork from him. Both him and Carraz have made 2 errors each, but geez, they've been good outside of those errors, Sam, as now Meaney gives it to Coates. And speaking of wingers and making mistakes, Xavier Coates has put it down and the Dogs are on the attack, Sam.
With Jacob Carraz, who's able to get to the 30. He's brought down by Munster and Lasati. First tackle, what a dagger blow this could be to the Melbourne Storm as Tupanua gets the ball. It is a fresh set of 6 again. And they're about 25 metres out. They are central here, the Bulldogs. Hayward elects to go left. Sexton dummies and gives it left to Galvin, left to Kickow. Over the 20 is Kickow. He offloads back to Galvin. Galvin coming back in field, and Galvin just takes the tackle. They're about 14 metres away. They're left of the goalpost, running left to right. Hayward, right to Curran, right to man. Flat, very flat, too flat. Forward, in fact, to Tupanua. What a blown shot by the Dogs.
Yeah, not great there from the Dogs again, especially with, then there's not going to be many chances this evening. Yeah, that's definitely the right call. They've been good thus far outside of that one horrific call for that high shot on, I think it was it Nick Meaney? I think it was. It might have been. But yeah, outside of that, officiating has been terrific thus far. Unfortunately, though, that howler of a call is the difference at the moment.
Yeah, it was on Josh King by kick out.
Yes, Josh King, that was the one. Yes, thank you, Sam. As now, speaking of kick out, he drives Grant Anderson into the turf there in a great one-on-one tackle. Plays the ball. Grant now gives it to Katoa, and Katoa, barnstorming run, takes multiple Dogs to get him down, but they eventually do around 25 metres out. Grant now offloads to Pezzett. Pezzett on the outside, gets past one, but can't get past Burton. Pezzett plays the ball, now gives it Anderson. Anderson to Grant. Grant, Liero to Munster. Munster out the back to Nick Meaney, and Meaney runs up a good defense there by Tuala and Galvin. This will be the last play here as Grant from dummy half gives it to Munster. Munster gets past 1, gets past 2. He's still driving, but he's driven himself out. And that is halftime, 14 points to 12. In favor of the Melbourne Storm. And we've had a few injuries. We've had HIAs. It's all been happening here in this first half. But at the end of the day, we have had an absolute belting first half.
To Jono Davis, Tahi, bro. To everybody that's in the chat, thank you very much for coming in, saying good day. Paul as well. Clancy, everybody that's come in to leave a comment or two, thank you very much for coming in. There's still about 30 of you in the chat. We will just let the halftime stats just marinate, as Dor would say. We'll have them update and marinate. So, Dor, look, I think I think that's a true reflection. I'm fine with the Melbourne Storm going in with a 2-point lead, but man, that call from Adam G is the difference at the moment, and it's not. It's a little bit bittersweet at the moment, Dor.
Yeah, it is, but it's only one mistake thus far. I hope it doesn't decide the game. We'll have to see what happens here in the second half. But yeah, we'll have to see. Look, it was a rubbish, absolute rubbish call, but we've got to be can't be too harsh. Like in terms of what we've seen thus far, officiating wise, I thought that was outside of that one mistake.
It's
It's
been
been a
good.
really, really good officiated half of NRL football.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I think Sam's just seeing that. Yeah, that Joe Chan contact there failed his HIA, and I think he needs. Thank you very much, Nick, and Entity as well there with what a game. Yeah, no, it has been an absolute belter, guys, and we're very thankful for you guys to all be here. Yeah, it sucks, Sam, but look, at the end of the day, it's been a really good game, and I hope it doesn't decide the match, my friend.
absolutely not. Alrighty then. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what's up here. So,
The
add to
marinating
this
period is
stage.
over. The chicken is
Let's see, mate.
ready to be put into the onto the fry
Thank you,
pan.
Etsy. No, thank you very much for your company, Etsy. Thank you very much. Alrighty, so let's go into the team stats, and I'll just refresh it one last time. And bada bing, bada boom. All right, so the Bulldogs, they have
Oh, wow, I'm in the room.
51% of the of the possession. Error rates, Karaz and Warbrick, not to pick on them, sorry, but they are the main offenders. So there's a little bit that can be cleaned up between both of those clubs, completing at just under 80%. The run meters a little bit in favour. The post-contact meters more for the Melbourne Storm. That kind of surprises me, man, because Karaz and in particular Tupanua have done some really good damage. The tackle breaks from the Melbourne Storm is a concern. So the Bulldogs, they need to really wrap and trap or trap and wrap.
I think that was early on, Sam.
More.
I think
Yeah.
those tackle breaks were really early on because I think that they've really tightened it up, the Dogs, since then.
Yep. Kicking meters. It feels like Burton kicked the stitching out of the pill in the first half of the first half, but it is the Melbourne Storm that is the better. Tackle efficiency, a little bit better to the Melbourne Storm. Missed tackles, 25. Look, it is second versus third, but 25 missed tackles in the first half of a qualifying final. Definitely a little bit left to be desired, and 12 is probably, you want to be better than that, but it's probably an acceptable number, I suppose, Dor.
Yeah, I
and then
suppose.
penalties conceded is only 2-1. I think six
Great.
against would be maybe 4-2 in favour of the Bulldogs. So it is all
4-1.
relatively even, man. 4-1.
4-1.
Thank you.
It should be 1-1. It should be 1-1 in the penalty count. That second penalty for the Storm is the one that's what Sam and I were alluding to, that high shot from Kickow. Well, I shouldn't even say it was a high shot. The tackle from Kickow on Josh King that was deemed a high shot is the difference of this game. But man, it's been a great game. I think you got to give credit, and I think like the player that I sort of I come out of that first half and I think, who was the player that I thought sort of turned the tide? And I have to give it to Toby Sexton. Toby Sexton, I thought, turned the tide for the Dogs. He gave them that little bit of spark. He got that first try, and I think he's been really, really good since coming onto the field. And, he's been supported there when coming onto the field by other bench players like Tupanua, Harry Hayes. Look, Hayes came into the action a bit earlier than was probably expected, but he's been absolutely amazing thus far. Some great hits from him defensively. Kamikamika's also been great for the Storm. I think it's just like I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but just to go with my prediction from what I said at the start of this game in Storm 1-12, I just think that I feel that Munster and Grant are just starting to get the feel of this game, I think, and that's going to be the issue for the Bulldogs, is can they hold or can they stop Munster and Grant from doing what they did there at the back end of that first half, where they were able to combine multiple times and then eventually get Lasati over for that try to give them the lead after Meany did that beautiful sideline conversion. So I think that's huge, but I think the Bulldogs are definitely dominating the Storm through the middle of the field, Sam.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. Yeah, Harry Hayes and Tupanua and Sexton, they came on and changed the game 100%. I agree with that. So just looking at some of the run meters here. So fantasy points, mate. Are you in any position, or would you like to talk about fantasy points?
Yeah, we can always talk fantasy points, my friend.
Yes,
you know me. Let's try and get through this, because I want to try and talk a bit about the rest of the games here that are coming this weekend. So, look, I'm just going to go through really the big names. So Cam Munster, really good shift from him in that first half, 40 points for him. Eli Katoa is in second place. He got 39 points. Liero, good shift from him, 31 points. Josh King, 30. Pez at 30, Stefano 29, Grant 27, Lasati the try scorer 26 for him. Howard's been pretty busy, 22 from him. Meany's been good. I think Warbrick's been good. I think Xavier Coates has been a bit quiet for his expectations thus far this evening. So yeah, he's only on 8 points. But yes, we're yet to see. Everyone's come on the field for the Storm except Wishart. So Wishart's the only man for them that hasn't come on. In regards to the Bulldogs, Sam, Jacob Preston leads the way there, 34 points from him. Tracy, 33 for him. 31 for Curran, 30 for Kiraz, 24 for Burton, 23 for King, 19 for Kickow. 18 for the man of the moment, Toby Sexton. Tupanua, 17 points in 15 minutes. He's been great. His PPM as well as Sexton's been really good. I guess Sexton had a bit of a, he had the boost of the try, so probably more in favor of Tupanua there. But really, that's really it. Galvin, maybe 11 points, not the greatest. Stephen Crichton, with that injury, only 7 points. Kurt Mann, 10. So, yeah, that's really it fantasy-wise, Sam. But I just want to have a quick chat in regards to stats. I want to have a look here at the run meters. So, yeah, look, Tracy and Kiraz, that's great. I think Tupanua already having 54 run meters in 15 minutes is huge. I think for the Canterbury Bulldogs, we've touched on it. There's not really, the run meters are struggling tonight, Sam. There hasn't been many meters made at all. Melbourne's best player is Nick Meany at fullback. He's got 86. Tracy and Kiraz have both got 134 and 128, respectively. But yeah, it's a tough slog out there, man. It's a tough slog. And we're really witnessing a really good game. And it's going to be crucial, especially for the Bulldogs, to strike first out of this break, Sam.
Yeah, credit to Kiraz. He's made a great comeback from injury tonight. As you said, 128 running meters, and Connor Tracy hitting over 130. It is that has to do a lot with Melbourne Storm's kicking game. It's a good kicking game from Munster and Pezzett tonight. I think they have been the better of the two teams, the Melbourne Storm, in that aspect of play. But at the moment, they are the only two players on the paddock to run over for 100 meters so far in this contest. So let's talk about the next. Let's talk about the next couple of games, man. So we've got the New Zealand Warriors taking on the Penrith Panthers tomorrow from 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The Warriors, they sit at $3.42. The Penrith Panthers are $1.32. The Warriors, a couple of nice ins for them. Jackson Ford and Wade Egan. Wade Egan will start at hooker, and Samuel Healy misses out entirely. I don't know about that. I hope he is a late inclusion. Healy just provides a nice bit of X factor for them off of the bench. I know Tamari Martin can do his thing, but Healy's got a hell of a lot of class about him. And speaking of class, the Penrith Panthers, they welcome back To'o Martin and Luke Summerton. He comes in for Mitch Kenny, which is a hamstring injury. So Mitch Kenny is a massive loss, especially defensively, I feel. So Summerton, he's going to be not hard to miss tomorrow. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays. But what's your thoughts about Wise versus Panthers?
Yeah, so it's gonna be a big game, Sam. A full house over there at Mount Smart tomorrow, or Go Media Stadium, should I say? As you can see, the odds there, Panthers, even though they're the away side, $1.32 favorites, with the Warriors at $3.42, and I think that the odds of that has really just been based on the last few weeks of action, really. So look, yeah, I'll be leaning in the favor of the Panthers, but like, boy, I think you and I have had this conversation before. If the Warriors could end the Panthers dynasty over in New Zealand and knock them out in first week of the finals, it would, like, the scenes would be absolutely unbelievable. So look, just quickly, Sam, on this matchup, just a few stats in this regard. So the Warriors have won 3 of their 4 finals games that they've played at Mount Smart or Go Media Stadium. The Panthers have won 9 of their last 10 games against the Warriors. This is a really damning stat, this one, actually. The Warriors have not defeated a top 8 team since round 14 of the competition. So that's that's 14 weeks ago this week. And yeah, as everyone knows, the Panthers have won their last 12 finals matches, which is, they're continuing on that streak, that record-breaking streak that they've got of successive finals wins in a row. Team-wise, Sam, like you said, look, if the Wars were full strength, they had Metcalf, they had Barnett, they had, Rocco Berry or Ali Leotau, I'd potentially see this matchup a bit closer. I'm not saying the Warriors can't do it. I just feel like they've just got a couple of too many big players that are out. It's great that Ford's back, but yeah, just a few too many big players for my liking that are out for the Warriors.
It's here as well, man. It's Tanner Boyd and Chanel Harris-Tavita that are the big question marks in my eyes that is stopping me from tipping the New Zealand Warriors. Of course, the experiences with Cleary. Blaze Talangi, however, I believe making his finals debut tomorrow afternoon, so he'll be under a different kind of pressure he's never felt before. But Tanner Boyd and Harris-Tavita, they really need to play their best footy in 14 weeks, just about, mate. So that is my best. That is my main concern there for the New Zealand Warriors. So I am tipping the Panthers as well, but I'll give the Warriors a chance. I'll say 1-12 Panthers because they're just.
I'm the same way. I just think the Warriors will show up for their fans, and I think it will be a close tussle. But I just think the class from Penrith will just be a bit too much.
Now, speaking of close tussles, this is going to be a really close contest, I feel. Sharks versus Roosters at Shark Park. Cronulla, $2.19. Eastern Suburbs coming into the game as $1.68. So there is some nice value there for the Sharkies. Scrolling down, so we had breaking news before that you broke, Dor. Thomas Hazelton is out for the Cronulla Southland Sharks. And it looks like Daniel Atkinson has been named on the interchange bench as we see the Melbourne Storm coming out right now. So we're going to have to leave this. But who are you tipping in this one?
We'll come back to the Sharks and Roosters game, and then we'll touch on the Raiders and the Broncos at full time of this clash after a bit of analysis of the actual clash. And there it is. There it is, Sam. Get your head up on the screen. He is done. Stephen Crichton is done. He has had a shower. He's out of the kit, and his foot is in a boot. Boot with crutches. And Stephen Crichton's night is over for the Bulldogs. And he's going to take a seat behind the actual interchange bench as the Bulldogs get us underway, Sam. And Munster takes it beautifully. And what a run by Kamika. He says, I'm going over the top of you, Tuala. And he does that, and it's backed up with another great charge there by Lasati. Ankle injury Fox have put up. So I was hearing, we heard knee, then bloody ankle, foot, then now ankle. As now, I think you said it live actually in the call, Sam, that his left ankle sort of got trapped underneath him there. As Katoa makes a really nice run. Oh, the lollies are nearly being dropped. The lollies nearly got dropped, but he's
The
managed to
lollies are dropped. They are, oh, shit, man.
Yes.
Sorry.
So that was very close. Anyway, Liero plays the ball, gives it. Grant now gives it to Pezzett. And Pezzett kicks it long, kicks it high, and it's beautifully taken there by Tracy, 20 out. And he brings it back to over his 30-meter line, Sam.
Boss, can I ask you, I apologize, can you pause your stream for 2 seconds, man? Somehow you found your way into the future as Renakama now has the hit up, one off the ruck, and he's getting dragged back to that 30-meter line. So that is a hit up for no gain there. Sexton, the dummy half, goes right to Carraz. And Carraz is brought down after a 5-meter gain. Plays the ball. Hayward goes right. Oh, it goes right to Galvin, but there was nearly a mix-up between he and Connor Tracy. Fourth tackle, just short of halfway. Hayward goes left, and Burton kicks on the fourth tackle door.
Again, and it goes high, and it's taken beautifully by Will Warbrick, and that's a great run. He's charging up. Sam, how is my connection? Am I good? Are we in sync as well? As Pezzett now gives it to Meany. Yep, we're all in sync. Lovely, ladies and gentlemen. We are all in sync. As now Grant now gives it to Coates, and Coates runs up here on tackle 3. He's brought down around 40 meters out. Grant now has a run from dummy half, gives it out to Ali Katoa. There's numbers here on the right. Katoa gets, great tackle there by Burton, right around the legs, brings Katoa down just short of halfway. Grant now, dummy half, gives it to Meany. Meany's there, and he gets inside of Bulldogs territory on the last tackle. Here we go. Last tackle gives it to Grant. Now to Pezzett again, and Pezzett goes up. He goes high. It's out towards the wing here. Is a bit of a sort of great take there by Tracy, and he's brought down, Sam, just over his 20.
Great take by Tracy, and this is Renakama now, who is met by Trent Liero. Just short of the 30-meter line on the side closest to the interchange, I'd say. And now this is Matt Burton with a hit up. That's a nice carry from him. He finds himself playing at centre, a floating centre at that. Hayward now goes right. This is Jacob Carraz. He's able to get to the 40. Bulldogs, they're running right to left of screen. Conditions are very good out there. It's probably a little bit dewy, but it's dry for the most part as the Connor Tracy gets into Storm territory and this is a last tackle kick from Burton. And it's just taken there by Warbrick.
Yes, taken nicely. Cradled it like a baby, Sam, straight into the turf. He's done really nicely there, Warbrick, to hold on to that one. As now Grant Anderson has a carry, and he gets over the 20. Plays the ball. Grant now gives it to Coates, and Coates, great run from Xavier Coates. I said he was quiet at halftime, and he started this second half real strongly, as now Howarth has a run. And the outside backs are getting the Storm up the field here. Harry Grant throws a real flat pass, which isn't called, but that is a great run from Alec McDonald nonetheless. And now on last, Grant gives it to Pezzett. Pressure from Josh Curran, who's able to get pressure and get a hand onto Pezzett, and he skews it off the outside of his boot out on the full. Great little 1% effort things there from Josh Curran and forces the mistake.
Curran has been one of the Dogs' best tonight, man. He has worked very, very hard. So that is going to be a play the ball, and it comes now. Renakama already took the hit up, and now Matt Burton has the second, and he stopped just short of halfway. Right in the center of it all. Hayward goes right. This is Anari Tuwala, and he is backing his way to just short of the 40-meter line of the Melbourne Storm. Third tackle, 4.5 minutes gone in the second half, and it's still 14-12. And this here is Jacob Preston, who is stopped about 15 meters inside Storm territory. Hayward elects to go back left in field for Kurt Mann. Now Sexton on to Kickout, left to Galvin, left to Burton, playing at centre. He's ball playing and put the foot down, but it is a good tackle. But they're about 15 meters away now. Last tackle, Sexton, crossfield kick. Carraz is calling. It's knocked backwards. And what's the call going to be here from Adam G?
I think he said knock on Jacob Kiraz. Yeah, great call. Great call, Adam G. Great call. as you can see that Kiraz's right hand touches it into Coates. And speaking of Coates, that's a great run from him there. Plays the ball, and now Meany's there out of dummy half, gets past one, gets past two, and then gives a little offload out the back to Lasati, who's brought down around 25 meters out. Plays the ball now. Granted, dummy half gives it to Howarth. Good run from Howarth. Gets up to the 30-meter line, but strong Bulldogs defense. Grant now gives it to Munster. Munster out the back to Pezzett. Pezzett to Katoa. Katoa, lovely cutout ball to Will Warbrick. He's scheming down the right-hand touchline. Oh, he gets past a couple. Oh, Sexton's down. I repeat, Toby Sexton is down. He's down holding a peck. Toby Sexton is down holding a peck. And play has been stopped.
I don't know if play should have been stopped. It was a little bit behind the play, mate.
He's gonna have to go off. Sexton's gonna have to go off because the physio or the trainer can only stop play if it's a serious injury or like a HIA or something in that regard. Oh, dearie me.
Well, Sexton's going to remain out there.
Yeah, that's not as bad as the high shot, but that's poor from the officials there to stop play. That wasn't a stop play offenses anyway. Last tackle, Grant gives it to Pezzett, who kicks it beautifully, like 2 meters out, and a lovely chase and a lovely tackle by Munster and Kamakamika, and Tracy's forced inside his own 5 meters. Sam.
They got some hard yards here, the Bulldogs, man. And again, Rinakama puts his hand up for the tough stuff. And here is Karaz, who doesn't shy away from it, who doesn't shy away as well from offloading deep inside his own 20 to Galvin, but no more meters, really. They just centralized the attack. This is now kick out, coming off the back fence. And will he offload? He offers it. Does get it to Burton over the 30. Go the Bulldogs. They're on the interchange sideline here. The Dogs. Hayward pass right infield for Sexton. Curran, man, they were shaped up well to the right. I would have liked to have seen that continue on, but this is last tackle. Still inside their own half. Burton is going to kick just a bit beyond his own 40 door.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's a Burton bomb, and that's beautifully taken there by Warbrick, and he runs straight and hard at Toby Sexton.
Oh, they're calling for a lifting knee from Warbrick.
Oh, Cameron Munster. Munster is just, no, he's all right. He's just got down out of action to get himself out of the road as he was playing dead. And speaking of, Grant Anderson nearly went straight through there for the Storm. Good defense there by Hayward. And then Kurt Mann to come in and support Xavier Coates. I think I don't know your thoughts, Sam, but I think these Melbourne Storm outside backs are starting to lift here, and they're making real good meters as Pezzett takes it and he's straight through. Lovely ball from Eli Katoa out the back to Warbrick. What a tackle by Rinakama around the legs to bring him down. Last tackle, Warbrick plays it, gives it to Liero. Liero out to Pezzett. What a kick from Jonah Pezzett out to Xavier Coates on the left-hand touchline on top of the screen. Oh, and Jack Howard's done a one-on-one steal. And they've deemed he's lost it. Oh, it's all happening there. So they break down the outside here. Pezzett pokes his head through, gives a lovely offload to Katoa. Katoa shifts it out to Warbrick. Warbrick tries to get rid of Rinakama, but can't do so. Liero, dummy half, gives it to Pezzett. Pezzett kicks all the way to the top of the screen out to Xavier Coates. Xavier Coates doesn't even catch it. He just bats it infield. And then Jack Howarth tries to strip Tuala, who got the Coates bat back, but he has unfortunately knocked it on. Eli Katoa has left that scrum way too quickly. Luckily, he stayed out of play, or otherwise he would have been penalised.
It was a messy scrum. This is Rinakama, who made a great try-saving tackle on Warbrick just a second ago. And Pezzett's salary is going up by the minute here. He is having a wow of a game, but it's worked out to the right-hand side here for the Bulldogs, and Preston is met and taken down on their own 30. Hayward comes back in field. Tupanua straight and hard. Does he offload? No, he just rumbles to the 40. Play the ball. Quick one at that. Hayward scoots out a dummy half, catches the marker offside and gets into the Melbourne Storm territory. That's probably his best run of the night, Hayward. Last tackle, left, Sexton, couple of meters inside Storm territory, and it's going to be Warbrick that takes it.
Yeah, beautiful take by Warbrick, and here he goes scheming across through the middle of the field and manages to hold on to it too. Geez, Warbrick's been great, Sam. It's great to see Warbrick back after missing so many weeks, well, months, I think it was, that he didn't play. So it's great to see him back. Possession is very close here in this second half, 52-48 in favor of the Storm. So it's been great. Plays the ball, Anderson. Now Grant gives it to Katoa, and Katoa runs at Hayward and Burton. Lovely offload out the back, gives it to Grant. Grant just quickly offloads it to Meaney. Meaney gets past one, gets past two. He's scheming through the top of the field. That's a good run by Nick Meaney, but he's brought down on the 40-meter line. Grant in a dummy half now, gives it to Lasati. Lasati, lovely hands to Howarth, and he's lost his melon. But his melon is still attached, so it is play on. Now, here we go. Pezzett with the bomb. But beautifully taken by Tracy inside his own 10. Brings it back, and he's brought down around 15 meters out from his own try line. Sam.
It's only been 10 minutes into the second half, man, but it feels like we've been going 20, mate. This is all really, really tense stuff. Tawala will play the ball. Galvin left to Renakama. He's been awesome. Sorry, I'll keep repeating myself. Renakama has been fantastic tonight, and he will play the ball now. Goes right to Jacob Carraz, and Carraz is stopped about 15 short of halfway. They are right of centre, I'd suggest. Fourth tackle, left, Sexton, left, Hayes. Hayes is brought down on the 40 there. And last tackle, they go left. Matt Burton kicks inside his own 40, and once again, Warbrick. Oh, it's allowed to bounce. Miscommunication, but Warbrick, lucky bounce, he gets it and gets back to the Bulldogs line.
Oh no. Melon.
Warbrick.
Okay. You can't argue with that. Descent. We've been clean here tonight, but unfortunately the players have not been clean. A bit of descent towards Adam G, as my stream decides to moose itself in that it has just stopped. So give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. We'll just quickly go to Bangladesh versus Hong Kong in the cricket, and then come back to the NRL as now Ellie Katoa has a lovely carry. I might be a bit ahead, Sam. You just let me know as Grant Pezzett to Stefano, who's back on, offloads it out the back to Meaney. Then to Howarth, I'll recalibrate as Howarth is tackled. Howarth is still tackled. Howarth is now playing the ball. And now, Xavier Coates has a run. Are we in sync again, Sam, after that lovely delay?
You might be 1 second in front of the future, but just complete the sec here, mate.
Yeah, okay. So I think we're good. Stefano now comes up, and it's beautiful tackle. No, the moon has come out. The purple budgies are out for all to see. And lovely backline shift. All good hands there from Meaney. It's gone out the back. Yep. G says the same. Warbrick, yep, he does the smart thing. Just comes in field. Sexton's still holding his peck. Something's not right there. But anyway, last tackle. Anderson at dummy half puts a little midfield bomb in, and Renakama is there, but unfortunately, yes, I thought that's the right call. I thought the ball carrying arm went down inside in the in goal here when he takes it. Beautifully weighted kick, and it's down there on the line as Burton, I think it is, drags him back to try and get into play.
Just pause 1 second for me, Dor, mate. Just you're 1 or 2 seconds in front of me, mate.
I got excited.
I know the cricket is important, but not as important as this.
No, as Burton goes the short drop out, it's a beautifully executed one. Out the back.
Yeah.
No, that's the right call. He's got it right. I was going to say he could have just let it play on. I don't know which player it was, Adam G says, but it was one of you guys. I don't think they'd challenge it. I think it was knocked on by either Preston or Kiraz. Or even if it is knocked on, it's knocked back from Meaney. It looks like it is Melon and went backwards. So it could have been knocked on. I don't know. They didn't really look at it too much. But unfortunately, the short drop, he doesn't pay off for the Storm, for the Dogs, should I say, Sam. And the Storm have the ball, and now Grant from the scrum gives it to Munster. Munster holds it up. Meany needs to give it, but he doesn't. Great defense there by Matt Burton to hold him around the legs. Meany plays the ball. Munster in a dummy half gives it to Pezzett. Pezzett out to Liero. Liero scheming through the middle of the field. But great defense by Salmon, Curran, and Co. Liero, no. Trent. The weak gutted Dog and Trent are having a shove match. Who can shove who further? As now it gives it to Munster. And now Munster scheming through. Oh, and the weak gutted Dog comes in over the top. Great tackle there. Now, beautiful ball from Grant to Lasati, but the Dogs hold on to him there. Plays the ball, Lasati, Grant in a dummy half, Munster, Liero, Pezzett, lovely face ball to Eli Katoa, but great defense there by Hayes and kick out. Last tackle, Harry Grant at dummy half gives it across to Munster. Munster, lovely little deep. Well done, Lachlan Galvin, beautifully positioned and hits it over the dead ball line. Short dropout or another dropout coming for Canterbury as Melbourne start to go up the gears here, Sam, and really start to put pressure on these the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs.
Great covering, scrambling defense by Kickow on that fourth tackle there. It looked like Sexton was just starting to slow up, and Kickow really ran behind him and helped to clean that work up. Great defense from Kickow and the Dogs. Yeah,
beautiful scrambled eggs. And speaking of beautiful, that is a lovely short dropout that's taken by Kiraz. The Dogs get the ball back.
Tawala, great run from him. Got to the 20, grimacing, but he gets up and plays the ball just a couple of meters beyond it. This is Harry Hayes now. He's able to get to the 30-meter line. So it's still no change from the halftime score. It's 14 points to 12. They're working it left here. Kick out is met. Offloads back to Tracy. Left to Burton. Burton scheming, trying to work things out, and he's up to about the 40-meter line here. Fourth tackle, Hayward, right infield for Curran, dummies, and then puts the foot down on the gas. And Curran, he is grimacing in the tackle. And it is a penalty for a hip drop, if I'm not mistaken, Dor.
We will see what happens here.
Uto Ikamanu and Trent Liero and Harry Grant comes in.
Nah, it's not a hip drop. It's just it's attacking the legs. Attacking the legs. Yeah. Well, so attacking the legs in a dangerous way. So that was as the third man in sort of thing.
All right. Well, what a massive opportunity here for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. 23 minutes remain, 14 points to 12. They are on the attack, 30 metres out, and Matt Burton tapped the ball and made about 8 metres before he was met. Hayward is waiting at dummy half. He goes right. Curran steaming onto it. He just puts the foot down. Bumped away from McDonald, but can't get away from Katoa and Uto Wikamanu. They're 12 metres out, left of the posts here, running right to left of screen, and Salmon puts Hayes back under, and he's able to enter the Melbourne Storm territory here. Bailey Hayward goes right. Galvin running, passing to Preston.
Tawala is down in the back play, Sam. Tawala has succumbed to that injury and is down. He's on his backside.
I can see him limping now as Galvin receives it. Left to Salmon, left to Sexton, left to Kickout, left to Burton. Burton broke away from a couple, and now they're up by a couple of the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. 16 points to 14. Whoa, Dor, well done.
Beautiful backline movement there. Kickout, beautiful hands. And yes, Matt Burton out in the centres position was all too familiar in finals a few seasons ago, and kick out to Burton. Burton just too strong there for Grant Anderson and Will Warbrick, and neither of them can bring him down, and over he goes. 16 points to 14 with a kick to come to the Canterbury Bulldogs. What a game this has been, and the fight and spirit shown from the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs this evening through adversity has been really, really special. Their back end and finish to the regular season was not one to write home about, but wowee, they've started these final series really, really well.
And Jono, says it in the chat here. Burton is killing it tonight. His kicking game, he has been involved in it a fair bit. He has taken early hit-ups, something that is not something that he has done in the past. I wonder if we're still looking for a try confirmed here. No, it's fine. It's good as gravy. But yeah, Jono and Dor, what's your opinion of it? Matt Burton, he's at the moment for the Bulldogs is the difference. Yeah, Sexton came on and did his thing, but Burton, he has been tough and torrid, and things are getting a little bit more tough and torrid with Tawala now getting aided off. And this is a massive kick here for Burton. Score this, and it is a try equation for the Melbourne Storm to hit back and level things up.
Let's just think here, Sam, quickly.
Yes, sir.
What will happen now with this, with Tawala now injured? Who's going to come in? Who's going to go to the centers?
Mate, I mean, for some reason, the first thing I remember is Harry Hayes used to play as a winger, but that's not going to happen. He's not going to revert back to centre or what have you.
Could Kurt Mann or something play? Could Kurt Mann play centre?
I think Kurt Mann might have to, bro.
I don't think of anyone else outside of Harry Hayes that could play centre.
Unless if Kickow could play centre offensively. And Matt Burton's kick from the sideline is over the black dot, and Melbourne Storm need to score a try to level things up, score a converted try to take back the lead. 18 points to 14 with 3/4 of the game gone.
Unbelievable, Sam. Unbelievable. Lovely backline shift. But yeah, big miss there from Grant Anderson, who's actually done a really good job on Matt Burton defensively this evening. But in that moment, missed the tackle and, led to the try. And, the Canterbury Bulldogs have the lead 18 points to 14 with just over 20 minutes to play.
So kickoff has commenced. Now, the loser of this game is back in week 2, and they will take on the winner of Warriors versus Panthers. So at the moment, if the score stays the same when the full-time whistle goes, we're going to see Melbourne versus either the Warriors or the Panthers. All right, so Jacob Carraz now has the hit up, and he's getting dragged back. This is second tackle. 20 minutes to go, 18 to 14 in a cracker. Oh, and Carraz, this might be, though, Dor, a win that will come at a great cost for the Bulldogs here, as Carraz is very ginger. And now Kickow rumbling and nearly exploding out the back door. And we can see that Wishart is on the paddock now. Hayward goes right, gives it to Tracy. And Tracy, he's probably going to be an unsung hero tonight, but he's worked magnificently hard tonight. As Matt Burton on the last kicks from 5 meters inside Storm territory, and it's going to be taken on the full by Meaney.
Yeah, beautiful take there by Nick Meaney, Sam. And he's now swarmed upon by multiple Bulldogs players, but plays it just outside his own 10, as Grant now gives it to Will Warbrick, and Will Warbrick gets up just short of his own 20-meter line. Grant now gives it to Coates, as I saw someone from the Melbourne Storm in the back go to their knees. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but someone has collapsed to their knees in backfield there, as I think it might be, I don't know exactly who it is, but they're still trying to get up into play. As Fresh Legs is on the field, Wishart is on as Grant gives it to Pezzett. Pezzett kicks it high out to Rinakama. Great work there by whoever that was. I'm not exactly sure, but Munster's ended up with the ball. No Canterbury hand, they're saying. Munster's been tackled, and Melbourne. Yep, Sam, for the first time this evening, the Bundaberg Rum Captain's Challenge has been issued. We are going to.
I would find it hard to believe if Rinakama did not get a touch to the ball.
Let's get our goggles out, my friend, and watch closely. Oh, it's a good call. It's a good challenge.
Straight up.
As the finger starts to go up. Yep, Billy Bowden style. That is a successful challenge. That is beautiful from the Melbourne Storm. Well, I think it is. I don't know why we're still watching.
Come on.
What happened to the first angle? The first angle showed it touched Riddick. This one. Watch. There. It goes Ron Rinakama into Anderson, and then I think it goes forward after it hit Anderson. Yep, we nailed it.
God, we're good. We're good.
We are.
Yep.
That is out. A successful challenge for the LBW shout for the Melbourne Storm as they now have the scrum 20 meters out in the red zone. And here we go. Can the Dogs hold on?
I'll tell you what they haven't done yet. They haven't put in a crossfield kick for one of their skyscrapers.
Oh, don't say that. You don't want your
they haven't.
You don't want your pet peeve coming to fruition.
It's not a pet peeve of mine. I just recognize it's a cheat code.
Yeah, well, to be honest, they haven't really had that many chances to be able to do so. To be
Agreed.
fair, Sam,
Agreed.
It's either they've scored or they've dropped it, or they just haven't really been down here enough to be able to do it. So they've had a couple of midfield bombs, but here we go. Liero now has the ball. Great defense by the Dogs. They take him back to the 20-meter line. Liero plays the ball. Grant dummy half. Munster out the back to Meaney. Meaney now gives it to Howarth, and great tackle by Carraz around the legs. Now Grant to Munster. Now to Liero.
Oh, good tackle.
Liero's brought down there. Great tackle there by Bailey Haywood. Wishart has the ball. Now to Pezzett. Now to Eli Katoa. Good defense there by Sexton and Burton. Last tackle. Could Sam's play happen? No. They go the short side. Great short ball there to Grant Anderson. Oh, his knee, his leg. Oh, no. Grant Anderson is down. It looks bad. This looks serious. Potential syndesmosis. This could be Stephen Crichton again. Oh, Matt Burton. This could be trouble.
You reckon?
Trouble. I don't think it's going to be like a sin bin or something, but he's lost control and fell right down on the leg. Look, lost control, and it's a hip drop like result in the fact that it is very unfortunate though.
I don't think that's a penalty, but Adam G is in the middle of it. I don't think that's a penalty, and please don't let it be. And thank goodness Anderson is walking back into the line. Holy
as long as
smokes.
Anderson's okay, that's all that matters. It doesn't look like a penalty, which is good in my opinion.
Raw Rinakama, nearly copping a high shot there from, I think, Grant. But play on, and this is kick out now with the brave carry, even though he's the size of a skyscraper. All right, Matt Burton now coming back centre field. And wow, the Melbourne Storm not getting up off their line quick enough there, bro. 30 metres straight away. This is third tackle, Max King.
Tackle.
Up to 40. Good, strong tackle there from the Melbourne Storm. Fourth tackle, 10 short of halfway. Haywood, right. Salmon, dummies, goes himself. Is he able to get to halfway? He does. Well, that's a great get out of jail set there from the Bulldogs, man. Melbourne Storm should have limited them to about 30.
I dropped the S bomb. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but that is an awful kick from Toby Sexton in a really big moment. He good pressure there from Stefano Utakamanu, and Will Warbrick wants nothing to do with it and goes out there on the full.
I think that's just Matt Burton. Paul says, how is it not a penalty? It was reckless. I think it's just Matt Burton trying to come in and affect the tackle and just momentum just had him collapse on the leg.
Calf injury. Tuala is out. Tuala ruled out calf injury. His night is done. Bulldogs down to 15 players and the Storm to 16, as that is a lovely carry there. I think that was by Stefano Utakamanu. It was indeed. Plays the ball now. Grant gives it to Wishart, the fresh legs from Wishart, but good defense there by Max King and Harry Hayes. Wishart plays the ball, granted dummy half to Pezzett. Munster, Meaney, pokes his head through, but can't get an offload. Good defense there by Galvin and Preston. Now lovely ball from Harry Grant to Munster. Munster out the back to Liero. Liero to Pezzett. Gives it to Eli Katoa, and look at him go. He says, have this one, Sexton, once, and then you can have it again twice, and gets rid of him both times, but kick out is there to bring him down. Grant at dummy half gives it to Pezzett. Pezzett, lovely little grubber through. Here comes Nick Meaney. Oh, great work there by Jacob Preston, I think, to save the day as Meany is now down. There's players down left, right, and center this evening.
Well, there's 40 people in the chat right now. Thank you very much. If you're new around here, please subscribe to Wobble and Dual Sports and All Out Club as well.
He's just done. He actually, if he's trying to milk something, he's not going to get anything from it. He's just been pushed and gone straight into Preston's, I think, elbow there. It's not good at all, but he could be off for a HIA here, unfortunately, because he stayed down.
What a taxing game this has been, mate. Crichton and Tawala are off.
I don't think there's anything to worry there from Tracy. I think it wasn't really shoulder to shoulder, but I don't think he like shoved him into Preston or shoved him out of the road. Yep, I called it. And that's a disaster. And that's why if you can, you don't stay down, because something like that will happen. And now we've got Josh King playing fullback.
Yes.
Now, what will happen here is Cameron Munster's going to go to fullback, I would say. Wishart moves in from probably playing like a roaming lock role or something to what a hit back from Xavier Coates. And look at the flying fullback, Josh King. Oh, dearie me, got the legs moving. And he's brought down around 15 meters out. Yeah, Wishart now gives it to Stefano, and that is a strong run and a strong contact. Harry Hayes is there, and he gives it straight back to Stefano. 6 again, Sam, get the arm moving. As Munster's there, he's scheming. He's looking for the offload, drops it out the back. Beautiful offload. Gives it to Peasant. Oh, Peasant couldn't get past Harry Hayes. That's a flop from kick out. That is a Nathan Hindmarsh flop, and it is given 6 again for the Melbourne Storm. Great tackle, Josh Curran on Trent Liero. Now Harry Grant at dummy half gives it back to Stefano. He's been immense. And oh, goodness me. Stefano Utakamanu gives it to Harry Grant. And Harry Grant hits Wishart. That is 110% Stefano Utakamanu's try. He's done 3 massive runs back to back to back. And then it gives it to the little skipper, Harry Grant, who finds his little friend, Tyron Wishart. The fresh legs has come on, and he goes straight through like a hot Vindaloo curry, straight through for a nice try for the Melbourne Storm. And they tie it up to the left-hand side of the sticks. 18 points all with the kick to come.
Oh, I feel like, sorry to point it out, but Max King was just caught flat-footed there. Tyron Wishart's speed just blitzed past him. And Kickout did all he could.
So well to hold on to that, Sam.
Exactly. Kickout did all he could to try and rip that out. But yeah, Wishart, great grip on the pill, and it's a try right next to the post, and this will give the lead back to Melbourne.
Well, who's going to kick? It's going to have to be Munster now, because Meany's off. It's very
true.
Very lucky that they've scored close to the try. I agree wholeheartedly there with you, Sam. Max King was caught flat-footed, but you've got to give the props to Stefano Utakamanu, Sam. Yep. It's got to give the props to him. That's his offload, and Harry Grant's right there, and he knows that Wishart's got speed, and he gives it to...
It is, Jono. It is. Jono, it is. It is.
Hey, it's the finals. You go with your colleague, thank you. So as that is a lovely try, as Bellamy's looking for calmness, and it is Jonah Pezzett that has the tee, and he kicks it over, and that is 20 points to 18 with 12 minutes and 44 seconds left of action in this absolutely beautiful end-to-end. Oh, it's just a great game of competitive rugby league, and considering both of these teams' forms coming into the finals, I think this has been a terrific matchup. They're playing a lot better than they did to finish the season, and that's why that the saying is, it's a whole new competition once the finals come around. Some team might have dominated the whole year, but once it comes to finals, it's a different gravy, Sam. As the Bulldogs kick off, and it's taken there by Wishart, and who else but Stefano Utakamanu in his first finals game. God, he's been immense. I think the week off for him last week was really, really good, as now Howard's got some pressure to the back of the neck there and has stayed down.
Oh, cheese and crackers.
He's getting up. He's getting up. He's getting up. He's going to play the ball. Yep, play the ball. And he's going to do so. Everything's a bit out of order here. As now Trent Liero, that's what I like to see. Keep on going unless it's a reportable offence. There is a bit of pressure there, but it wasn't a crusher tackle at all. It was just unfortunate with how he fell down and how the tackler's arm was. King plays the ball, nearly drops it. And here comes Munster through the middle of the field. Great defense from Munster. He's brought down just short of halfway. Last tackle, granted, dummy half, lovely service to Pezzett, and Pezzett kicks it long, kicks it high. God help me, Sam. We touched on the pre-game, but Pezzett's kicking game, he's put that 2 meters out from the try line, and Tracy gets it up just over his own 10-meter line.
Look, I'm going to say it now, and it might be a little bit too early, as Vinakama gets back to the 20. Matt Burton's 2-point field goal attempt might come into fruition now at the moment, now that the Dogs are down 20-18 with 11.5 minutes to go. Bailey Hayward goes right, finds Jacob Kiraz, and he is brought down about 14 metres away from halfway. Fourth tackle, Hayward. Do they shift it? Salmon, left. Sexton, left. Galvin, running, dummying. Oh, nearly, but he did get over halfway. He wanted to get up and continue on, but ref said go back. And this is last tackle, Matt Burton, just an end-over-end kick. It's a shallower kick, and it's taken nicely by Munster at fullback.
Yeah, the Mad Dog's there to take it, and he takes it just outside his 20. There's that bit of argy-bargy as Munster and Max kick. Good run there by Will Warbrick, Sam. Gets it up to Pezzett should go to the NFL. I don't know about that, but Pezzett should definitely be a starting half in this league. And I think this man that is in this call with me over the name of Sam Revel and the Cowboys could potentially use a player like a Jonah Pezzett in their ranks. As now Harry Grant gives it to Cameron Munster. Look, he went for Sandon Smith and missed out. I honestly think this kid, a lovely partnership with Tom Dearden, would be absolutely beautiful. As last tackle, as now Pezzett kicks it high. Oh, great!
Winakama! Dude, Winakama! No matter what happens tonight, this young man can walk away with his head held up high, bro. My goodness, what a freaking game from him as Burton plays it. Oh, that's nearly a roll ball from Burton, just quietly as Carraz now flicks it right to Preston. He nearly passed it to Casper, but he said, no, hang on to it. Preston plays it. Tracy scoots to the left and passes right back to Preston. Oh, geez. And now Preston is up over the 40-meter line by a couple. All right, so they're running right to left here. We are now under 10 minutes to go in this one. Now it's Max King as first receiver, and he dummied and then just put the foot down, and he got to about halfway. All right, so Hayward, left, Sexton just puts in the kick, and it's going to come down on the 10.
Yeah, lovely take by Warbrick, and here's that fleeting footwork. Oh, good tackle there by Kickow. Has he caught one to the mush? I think he's caught one to the mush. He's getting up to play it. I think he's just got caught one to the eye, I think. Yep, this is perfect. That's fine. If you cop something to the eye or something like that, I don't mind if you stay down a little bit just to get off the contact, but then get up and play the ball. It's just unfortunate. He just fell into Burton's knee. So I can understand that's going to hurt. So I don't blame him for the thing. He wasn't like milking the living hell out of it, and he wasn't going to get the call. So play on. So beautiful as Tahi keeps on shouting out his mum on the stream. I hope your mum's well, Tahi, as now Wishart scheming. Oh, Wishart is brought down. Fifth tackle. Wishart plays the ball. Grant now gives it to Pezzett. Here we go again. Sam, can we get it within the 10? Oh, yes, we can. As Tracy takes it inside his own 10 and away he goes.
Good carry. He gets away from one. Oh, Jesus. He's working really hard to find some space here. All right, Bulldogs, they need to activate right now. They need to go into full ambush mode as Rinakama gets to the 20-meter line. There's 8 minutes to go. Galvin raising his hands up, pleading for a penalty as Karaz now. He's just hopping and skipping, but getting nice post-contact meters. Can he offload? Well, he got the ball free, but the ref probably said, just play the ball, son. Hayward goes right. This is Harry Hayes now, and he runs to the right-hand side and is stopped just short of the 40-meter line. And this is fourth tackle. Salmon left to Sexton, left to kick out, and he is brought down about 5 meters shy of halfway. Galvin left, Burton puts in the kick. Oh, good man. Pressure, and it's, taken well.
Yeah, taken well by Munster. Not as good as Peasant's kicking there, even though it's great height. Look at Munster just driving forward there, Sam. That's terrific work from him. Every meter counts as Grant now gives it to a rampaging Warbrick who gets it up. Jeez, Warbrick's been good outside of his mistakes, man. And it's now Munster now runs. Geez, the knee went up a bit high there.
Did.
No complaints there from Haywood. Good defense from him. And he continues to just get about his business. That's what I like about Bailey Haywood. No complaints. Just gets through his work as Grant, Liero, Pezzett, Wishart, Jack Howarth out the back to Pezzett. Pezzett now to Josh King. Josh King, nearly gets through, but great defense there by Hayes. And I think that's Preston. No, I think that's Max King. Sorry. Pezzett now on last, kicks it high. Here comes the Xavier Coates cheat code.
Well done, Karaz. Well done, Karaz. Well done, Karaz. And Tracy gets to the 30-meter line. What a great play between Karaz and Tracy. Now they shift it left. Sexton, Rinakama, kick out.
Good.
Great grass-cutting tackle by Pezzett. And now this is Sexton to dummy half, goes right to Rinakama, and he offloads back to Sexton, passes right to Galvin, right to Tupanua over the 40. He's able to get to the 50-meter line. Third tackle, 6 minutes to go, 20-18. Third tackle, where do they go? Hayward, they go left. Salmon, left. Sexton, flat for kick out. Galvin wrapped around, he gave it left to Burton, and he is taken down by Pezzett. Burton plays the ball and Galvin scoots to the right-hand side, makes about 10 metres before passing to Salmon, right to Tracy, cut out to Preston, beat Howarth, pass right to Karaz over the 30 they go, beats one, offloads back to Tracy, they're 20 metres out here, Salmon's got the ball, passes way left in field for Man, fourth tackle, they're 20 metres out, Man put the foot to the ball to the foot, Warbrick takes it, he's after his run, running back,
goes, look at him
over
go!
the 10, and he's gotten back to the 20. Oh, man.
Oh, no. Oh, man, that was not a good decision by Kurt Mann, as now Xavier Coates now gets up to the 30, and here come the Storm with these quick play the balls and the fresh legs of Wishart. Now gives it out to Katoa. Katoa flat ball to Anderson. Anderson nearly lost his melon there to a swinging arm from kick out. Alec McDonald's back, and that's a good run from him. Fourth tackle, nice quick play the ball. Gives it to Grant. Grant now to Munster. Munster! Oh, the weak-gutted dog is in serious trouble. The weak-gutted dog is gone.
Salmon was the tackler.
This could be a sin bin.
Max King, Salmon involved in the tackle.
Gone. He's not, there's no, he's off his feet. He's come down on the leg. That's a crusher tackle. That's goodbye. Max King sort of not helped his cause there. Max King sort of undercut him. He's lost his feet. And apparently there's no as long as Munster's okay, that's the main thing.
Dodged everywhere.
Anyway, Pezzett kicks it high, and there's a bit of late contact on Pezzett after he kicks.
Rinakama!
From Rinakama.
Buy him a friggin' house. Give him the checkbook and let him write whatever he wants. All right, so Sexton scoots to the left and is brought down. Now Rinakama's wincing. Burton scooting, going over the 40-meter line. Nice post-contact meters, gets him to halfway. Gee whiz, man. Third tackle. Goes right. Kurt Mann now. Goes right to Galvin. Right to Tracy. Over the 40. Goes to Preston. Over the 30. Preston versus Howarth. That's going to be a friggin' classic bout over the years from now on. This is fourth tackle. Hayward first receiver. Galvin left out the back to Mann. Holds the ball. Good decision. And he comes back to the right-hand side, cut out right to Tupanua. They're 25 metres out, and Tupanua puts on the step, and he's about 19 metres away now. This is the last tackle, however. Tracy, left. Hayward, first receiver. Mann, left. Sexton, 20 metres out. Left to kick out. Kick out. Basketball's it. And it's intercepted by Will Warbrick.
Oh, hello, Will Warbrick takes it. Rinakama's chasing, but he's not going to get there. And Will Warbrick takes the intercept and goes 70 metres to get the Storm on top. Puts it to 24 points to 18 with the kick to come right in front. And I said it all night. This man has fought for every single ball. He has tried his absolute heart out. And for moments like that, he deserves it wholeheartedly. Will Warbrick, welcome back. Third game back after a long layoff. And he gets his team into, which looking likely, unless a sheer miracle occurs, as Craig Bellamy is smiling and laughing his head off, as looks like the sort of tension has blown here. And you can't have a go at kick out for doing. I just don't know why he did such a loopy one. He should have just it's just, yeah. That's the danger with the offload. The danger of the offload is that it could go terribly wrong. And but you got to give credit to Warbrick. He shot out. He left his winger unmarked on the edge. He shot out, took the ball, and he is away. I'm not yelling Will Warbrick for the sake of it, but look, I just think that he deserves a lot of praise for something like that. As you can see, Rinakama unmarked out on the sting there. He fought his heart out there, Rinakama, to chase him down, but Will Warbrick was always winning that race to the touchline. As unfortunately for Viliami Kikau, he's had a great night, but it's just one of those things, man, that it just goes against you. And unfortunately, that looks like that could be it. The Dogs might have a chance off a short kickoff. Otherwise, that will probably be, as Sam was going, night.
What a war. One of the better games this season. Completion rates have been, off the top of the dome, fantastic in this second half, Dor. Whereas at about 80% each way, as Pezzett shoots and scores to make it 26-18 with under 2 minutes to go. What a war this has been. And now, look, unless if an absolute miracle happens over the next 2 minutes, it looks like the Bulldogs are going to be hosting at Accor Stadium next weekend.
Yes, yeah. I wouldn't say it's a war just yet. I'd say they've won the battle this evening. The war will be to get to the grand final, especially with a few blows, injured men for the Melbourne Storm. You got Pappenhausen that will thoroughly, and Jerome Hughes. Like, this is huge for Melbourne to get this this win tonight. And Burton's short kick is, it was great height, but unfortunately gone a bit too high. And Pezzett nearly spilled his lollies there as Tupanua. Yeah, you got to be careful here. I know you're trying to force an error here, Bulldogs, but don't do anything stupid that's going to get you suspended. As now Grant gives it to Josh King. Going to be tackle 3 here, around 30 meters out. Grant now gives it to Alec McDonald. Geez, he's been busy, Sam, since he's come back on. I like his speed around in the middle of the field. As now Ali Katoa goes for a run. Great tackle, Bailey Hayward and Kurt Mann. That was last tackle. They get inside Bulldogs territory, 45 meters out from their try line. Grant gives it to Pezzett, who kicks it long, kicks it high, but beautifully taken by Tracy again inside his own 5, Sam.
And Connor Tracy gave it to Rinakama, and Man, that left edge of Burton and Rinakama have been sensational all night. Sexton right to Burton, right to Galvin, diced things up and got it out right to Tracy. They're still throwing the ball out. They're 8 points down with 47 seconds to go. So credit to them, but they're playing hot potato inside their own 10 here. This is second tackle. They go right. Tracy goes right to Carraz, puts the brakes on, arcs back on his run, passes left infield for Hayward, left for Man, stops dummies and is just going to take the tackle about 20 meters out from his own line. And what's the call here?
It's going to be a
looks like it's
penalty
gonna
to
be
the Dogs.
penalty.
Yeah, penalty to the Dogs. That's time off. Yep, that's the right call.
So Burton shoots for touch, and
Munster tries to keep him in.
Yep.
But it does not succeed.
7-6-5. Whoops, time has stopped.
Jeez,
because it was touched. It's going to be a play the ball.
Yeah.
And Salmon's got the ball in hand. 7 seconds remain. Melbourne Storm, it's all academic. Salmon with ball in hand. Plays the ball. Hayward waits at dummy half. Burton puts up the bomb. Munster is calling for Coates to take it. He does so. Coates goes down, and the Melbourne Storm have found themselves a spot in week 3 of the 2025 finals. The Bulldogs are back in action due to the second chance. They are taking on the winner of the Warriors or the Panthers tomorrow afternoon, Dor. 26-18 to the Melbourne Storm. That was that may have been the most physical contest of the year.
Was a belter, Sam. It was a real belter. I guess, you know, what would we say? You know, that it was sort of all over basically once Will Warbrick took that catch, that intercept and went the length or the 70 meters there to win the game. But it was only really close the whole game. The Dogs took the lead. The Storm came back and then got the lead. And then they were just able to hold on there and get that try to seal the deal and put the Bulldogs to sleep. But what a game, man. I got to give my flowers to the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. They had their captain go off after like 20 minutes. They're injured. They had Kickout go off as well after like 10 minutes with a HIA. And they've taken Melbourne all the way right until the end with like 3 minutes to go. It took a special individual play from Will Warbrick to intercept a Viliami kick-out offload to get the job done. But look, I think Serraldo should be immensely proud, and there's a lot to take away from that game this evening. But look, I have to say it, unfortunately for Canterbury, that the biggest thing that they take away from this game is the injury ward that has unfortunately reared its head this evening. That Crichton didn't finish the game in a moon boot and crutches, and then Tuala was assisted off the field with a calf injury as well. So, you can see Munster and Crichton having a bit of a chat there after the game. I really hope Stephen Crichton's okay and can play next week. Munster's not like, that's the thing, is like, it's just that's a big thing for the Storm. Like, Hughes had surgery the day after the Broncos Storm game last Thursday night, so had it last Friday, and said on his podcast that he's trying to get back in a couple of weeks. It gives him that extra week now to recover, and I think Jerome Hughes will definitely be back for that game against whoever it will be. So absolutely massive, a great game. Thank you everyone for joining us. We're still going to preview the Raiders and Broncos as well as the Storm Sharks. We were doing the Storm Sharks, and then the second half started. But Munster was a bit ginger there, getting to his to the ground. But Sam, what do you think, man? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a lot to take in, man. It's a lot to take in. Melbourne Storm ended up being the better of the side. I felt like that if Kickout did find that pass, the Bulldogs really were coming to get them. I feel like that they were right there, but real physical game. It's going to take a toll. But credit to him, like you mentioned it then, it was the first time that we've talked about it all game as well. Jerome Hughes, no Pappenhausen, no Nelson Asafa-Solomona as well. Like, yeah, the Bulldogs did things, without Stephen Crichton and Anari Tuala. Kickout was off for 15 minutes, but Melbourne Storm doing things without half of their spine. And then who was it? It was Grant Anderson that had to go off as well.
Yeah, HIA.
Yeah, Melbourne
No,
Storm had to do
Nick
things.
Meaney went off for the
Meaney,
HIA.
sorry. Yeah. But yeah, so they did things just as tough as the Bulldogs did to a certain extent, did the Melbourne Storm. So no, a wild game, man. It's going to take that takes a full night to soak up truly what just happened, man. So let's get stuck into.
I was just going to say before you get into it, I just think it's I've completely lost my train of thought, but yeah, I just think that it's just absolutely massive that the Storm can get that done. But unfortunately, that win now kills Asafa Solomona. He is done for the season. So this for him to play again this season, the Storm had to lose that game tonight and then win every game to the grand final. But unfortunately, that is not the case. So Nelson Asafa-Solomona will not be back this season.
Before we move on, man of the matches, because I was focusing on the Bulldogs, that at the forefront of my mind, you've got Kikau. He put everything into that game, man. But the likes of Kikau, Matt Burton, Connor Tracy, and Rinakama, those are the names that stick out to me as I was calling the Bulldogs. From a Melbourne Storm perspective, Munster, I would say yes. Jack Howarth and Will Warbrick, yes, 100%. And Jonah Pezzett. I think Jonah Pezzett's kicking game was a huge difference, a huge factor in this game.
100%. Ali Katoa was really good as well. Stefano Utukamanu was immense there. He was the one that got the try to get them back into the lead there after that lovely little flick pass there after sending Josh Curran into the next dimension. As look, it was an unbelievable game of footy. It's hard to say who was probably the man of the match. I think Pezzett was actually underratingly very, very good this evening. Munster and Grant were good, but I'd rather lean towards Pezzett, I think, or like Stefano was really good as well as Katoa. Warbrick was great. I don't know. Maybe Warbrick or Katoa, right? Maybe Warbrick. I'm going to give it to Warbrick. Jono kept on saying that I kept on yelling his name, but I just couldn't stop saying it because he was just everywhere. He was really working his backside off. And that's huge for Joe Chan as well. He failed that HIA, but now with the week off,
that's right.
He won't be missing any action.
Emu King is in the chat. We just want to make special mention. Emu King, how you going, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Their defense only got stronger as the game went on and was surging at the end of the game. I agree with that, Emu King, absolutely. And Michael Jones, hey Dor, Dor going to the prom afterwards. That's why he's dressed up. Shout out Uto, who was best on. Michael says that's something I can't.
Uto was great.
Yep.
Right, let's get into 87 fantasy points. Well, that is a special performance from Stefano. But yeah, let's get into it so we can call it a night. Sam and I are off to Total Workwear Stadium tomorrow. We go head to head tomorrow. The Broncos taking on the Cowboys in the NRLW in the final round of the season. So that will be an absolute Barnu belter tomorrow. So look forward to some content from Sam and I from the ground tomorrow. But yes, let's get into this Sharks versus Roosters, Sam. So do you want to? We sort of went through the team. So I think from memory, you said that what we said, Hazelton had been ruled out due to that infection, being in hospital for most of the week. Nicola is still there, which is something to make mention of that you were saying as well, Sam. So that's something that could happen. But Roosters are basically the same as they have been, apart from Sam Walker is obviously back. So Sandon Smith, it drops out to 18th man. But the big ones here, Sam. So look, odds wise, it's 168 to $2.19 in favor of the Sydney Roosters. Game is out at Shark Park. Look, just quickly, the stats in this game. So the Sharks have lost all 3 finals games against the Roosters that they've played. The Roosters have won 9 of their past 12 games against the Sharks. The Sharks, though, have won their last 6 games at Shark Stadium. And that's about it. That's the main ones. Look, Marky Mark's been unreal. He scored 7 tries in his last 2 games, and Ronaldo has an immense record at Shark Park, 45 tries in 42 games. So I don't know if you're going to watch the AFL as well, but I'm pretty sure that Hawthorn just beat Adelaide in the AFL. I'm just going to double check.
Spoilers,
now.
mate.
87-55 in favor of Hawthorn. I'm pretty sure, the Crows finished top.
Yeah,
they finished top, so they've gone out bang, bang. But Sam, what are your thoughts on this game? Sharks versus the Roosters. I know in your video midweek that you said you were leaning in favor of the Cronulla Sharks. Does the Hazelton omission sort of take you away from that, or what are you thinking?
No, there's still, well, now that Daniel Atkinson has been selected, I mean, it's all to be confirmed, obviously, with 24 hours to go. But with it all to be confirmed, Daniel Atkinson has been named as that 17th player. I don't know, man. I would much rather prefer to see Britton Nikora make his way and keep that seismic interchange so they can run over the top of him. Christian Mills.
Yeah, they're all right. I'll be on soon. It won't be long. Continue, Sam.
But yeah, look, the obvious point of concern for the Sharkies is the tirade that's coming their way in the form of Tupou and Nwangani Tawase, especially for Sione Katoa. He's going to have a hugely stressful night.
Ronaldo's pretty good in the air. Katoa not as much. So yeah, I'm with you on that regard, Sam.
Yeah,
are you leaning
but in any event, the Sharkies, I don't know now, man. Like the way they played against the Bulldogs last weekend was so impressive. But the Bulldogs may have had just one eye on finals footy, didn't play anywhere near what they played tonight as well last week. I tipped Sharks at the start of the week, and I'm going to tip Cronulla as well right now. But it's going to be a thriller.
Yeah, I'm going the Roosters. Jason Reeder, if you're here, I'm with you and your men in that game. I just think that, look, sorry, Jason, but respectfully, I dislike both of these teams. So look, but I'm going the Roosters. I've got to put it down to form what I've seen the last few weeks. I'll be going Roosters. Roosters 1-12. I think Cronulla's defense, it's a bit hard, Sam? Like that's a good point you just mentioned there. Like, did the Bulldogs just, and these teams just sort of sandbag these last couple of rounds of the regular season?
Yep.
Like that, because the way these two came out tonight, like that was way better than they performed in the back end half of the season.
Absolutely. All right. So it sounds who are you going for? Just confirm who you're going for.
Roosters 1-12.
Alrighty, I'm going Sharks 1-12, and yes, this is the most anticipated game of the season so far. Sunday afternoon footy from GIO. Raiders versus Broncos. Canberra $1.71 favourites. Broncos coming in, I'm pretty sure that they were about $2.30 just a few days ago. So they've come into $2.14. So a bit of money coming in for the Brisbane Broncos. And as you can see there is a stack of changes for the Raiders due to them resting players last weekend. But the big story about this one is Josh Papali'i, sorry. What's your feeling, mate? Do you think he'll play or not?
So look, first things first, let's give our flowers and congratulations to Josh. He has signed a 1-year contract extension with the Canberra Raiders, which is absolutely huge news for the Raiders. Look, they lost a few players, Mooney and whatnot, but Papa was going originally to the Super League, but had a change of heart and wanted to stay in Canberra and play for the Raiders. Hello, NRL Nos. But yeah, I don't think he plays.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that there's severe. It looks like I don't know, maybe a low grade like syndesmosis or ankle sprain or something. Or no, I think it's more than an ankle sprain. By the bruising on the foot, and the swelling. I just think if you got to look at it, it's a huge loss though, and a huge in either way. Maybe the benefit is he maybe plays a bit less minutes than he normally would. But look, honestly, I can't really comment on this because I'm like a Broncos supporter. But I would honestly, like you would think, sort of what we were touching on with Kira, Sam. They have the second life. These teams that they might, just keep him on ice. And you look at some of the form of some of these other players that are there. Well, Nicholson has. Can you scroll down slightly, Sam? Yeah, Trey Mooney, I think will come in if Papa is ruled out. I think Trey Mooney's been great, even though he signed a 4-year deal with the Knights. Trey Mooney, we were both there at Redcliffe last week, and Trey Mooney was one of the Raiders' best. So yeah, I'd say Trey Mooney would come in, but look. There's no real changes to that Raiders team, Sam, unless Papa comes out. It's the same 17 outside of obviously Xavier Savage, who's out for the season, and Jed Stewart, who's in on the wing. Outside of that, there's no real other major omissions or anything like that.
And for the Brizzy Broncos, Shibasaki back after being stood down for 1 week. But that's no surprise there. But my main thing, right? Yet there's youth there for the Canberra Raiders that hasn't experienced this all before. But I said this to you the other day, and I stand by it. That Jed Stewart, Tamale, and even KO Weeks, if Reece Walsh gets off one of his swirling, nasty spiral bombs, they're in massive trouble, man. And actually, just thinking about the weather, I wonder what the weather's looking like, mate. But I think Reece Walsh, if Reece Walsh is kicking game, and there's no reason why it can't be, but if his kicking game is nasty, bro, I think they're in for a bit of a torrid time, the back three for the Raiders.
Yeah, we just said it's like we we were saying when we spoke to each other the other day, Sam. It's just like the week started the season off. I just remember that game against North Queensland. He couldn't even catch a cold. It was awful. It was really, really, really bad. But he has improved it immensely. But like you said, finals, different thing, bit more, a lot more on the line. Look, Canberra's record at home is unreal. They've also got it sold out. There's going to be a huge crowd. They're deserving to be favourites. They've been, best team basically ever since. I don't know if I want to say that. But I'll be ruthless. Ever since Galvin came to the Bulldogs, the Raiders have been the best team in the competition since then. And just quietly, for my bold predictions, I'm 1 week away from mid-season glory for my suggestion of Lachlan Galvin derailing the Bulldogs season. Yes, no, I think that it's going to be a great game. It is going to be an absolute great game. And the Broncos, look, there's no real changes from us, Sam. The likes of Reynolds, Cobbo and Mam. So Reynolds, Mam, Cobbo. I think Reynolds was the closest to be able to play. From what I've heard, there's just been no talk of Mam and Cobbo at all, apart from them running last week. But outside of that, I think, that give them the extra week. It would be huge if we can go down there, man, and get the 2 points and give those guys a bit of a, like we've got Walsh with a bit of a calf niggle. And I think Haas actually this afternoon, there was some reports of a potential calf niggle for Payne Haas, but the Broncos and everyone have confirmed he's all good to go. But just, there's a lot of tired bodies out there. That's why, this getting the top 4, the second chance. But if you win, to get that week off is just massive.
Absolutely. But look, I have a feeling that the Broncos are going to get the dub. Actually, I tipped the Raiders at the start of the week, but I think that the Broncos, they got a little bit more momentum. And I don't know, man, there's just something in my gut telling me that The Raiders, but I shouldn't go against it because the Raiders have been proving everyone wrong this year, and I tipped
100%.
Raiders against the Penrith
Stick to
Panthers
it.
as well. So I don't know, man. I'm thinking Broncos. I'm really wavy at the moment, but you say stick to it, or I'll stick to it. So I'm going to say Raiders, but man, this is the most anticipated game of the year.
Yeah, 1-12. I think you'd probably be going the Raiders, and I'll be going 1-12 in favor of the Broncos. But yeah, absolute. Look, honestly, that was the first game of finals footy for the year, and that was an absolutely mouth-watering contest. Like, that was a great game. And if these other 3 games are anything like that, wow, we have had a absolutely special weekend of football. Thank you so much, Tahi. So yeah, it's going to be absolutely immense if we can continue that. But look, lastly from me, just thanks everyone for coming. Tahi for the support, NRL Noz come in, Emu King, all those guys, Jono, Hayden, everyone that was in and around the chat tonight, Paul, everyone. Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. If you don't already, you hear from the All Out stream, make sure you give Sam and Wobble and Jaw Sports a follow, whether that be on Instagram or YouTube. And yes, as Sam's put up on the screen, that is where Sam and I will be tomorrow at Total Workwear Stadium for the Broncos versus the Cowboys. And holy sweet mother of Mary, $1.06. $9.30. If you like to have a little bit of a punt, maybe put $5 on $9.30 for the Cowboys, because that is outrageous. That's
ridiculous.
Second versus third, and that looks like it's the second versus last. The odds there, that is absolutely horrible. But look, yeah, Cowboys should not be $9.30. But no, thank you everyone for being here. Look, Sam's put the long sleeve shirt on. I've got the long sleeve shirt and a tie. Like, we meant business tonight, and I thought we did a good job. Thanks to your guys' support as well, and that was a great way to kick off this finals campaign.
Yeah, thank you, Dor, very much for your company this evening. That was seriously enjoyable. Lucky that we got to call a great game of footy. That is the only game of footy that we're going to be calling this weekend. Fingers crossed that we can call at least one next weekend, but we'll get back to you on that one, as you know, we got our work schedules that we've got to figure out and whatnot. Yeah, no, thank you very much, Dor, and to everybody that tuned in, thank you very much for your company. Enjoy the footy, and yes, Emu King finals, MG, man, it is already, it's different and it's sensational. So thank you very much for your company, everyone. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Adios.
See you guys. Thank you.